Back at it again on Tuesday, just like I promised. Oh hey, they're all in school. Okay. Well, what better way to continue than what we've always been doing every single time we enter one of these towns. Talk with literally everybody. To tell you the truth, I've been feeling kind of jealous of your class lately. I mean, I know things are tough for you and your classes are way harder than anyone else's, but you all just seem like you're having so much fun together, and nothing ever gets you down. It looks so nice. Well, yeah, did you hear about the flea market they're doing over in the auditorium tomorrow? Belinda and I have just gotta see what they've got. Yeah. We're gonna be here for a while. I don't think anyone expected the trouble in Crossbow to come to an end so quickly. It just goes to show the sort of things Chancellor Osborne is capable of. Of course, attributing that solely to him would be ignoring all of your hard work. Hardly. I did what I was told. Reem, try not to let your spirit sink, okay? As hard as it may be. Try not to let the world bring you down, okay? I'm sure everything will work out. Ideos is always watching out over us, after all. What are the chances we're gonna find something new here? Like, aside from maybe character notes, which we do technically need to get. Yeah. I decided to join a military band in the Imperial Army after I graduate. I want a career that gives me the chance to show people the strength of music, and where better to show strength than in the military. It'll let me put the skills I picked up at the academy to use too. Yeah, there you go, character notebook updated. I'll just keep showing people the strength of music, just in the military now. I have to make sure I put the skills I picked up at the academy to use. You know about the flea market tomorrow, right? Well, the Wind Orchestra is going to be performing on the auditorium stage in the afternoon for a little background music. It's just one fun thing after another, Thors, isn't it? We'll be performing for the flea market tomorrow. I can hardly wait. It's going to be a blast. We had to pick a new head for the Wind Orchestra a while back, so obviously I put my name forward. But everyone voted for Bridgie. She didn't even volunteer to be a candidate in the first place. I really wanted it too. I wonder why nobody voted for me. What a mystery. Oh well, I'm sure Bridgie will make for a great leader. Things sound like things are going well with Alan too. Uncle Makarov and Instructor Mary could stand to learn a thing or two from them. I wonder how Alan did against Patrick today. Hopefully well, after that energizing lunch I made for him. I guess trying to support your significant other in every way possible is just part of being in love. It's officially 3 months since I started dating Alan. It's so cute the way he always tries to act so serious, even when we're alone. He might even be cuter than... more people. Hey, Milliam. Weird to think tomorrow's the last free day of the year. I'm gonna have to go exploring. Better start drawing a map and planning out the day now. Don't want to waste a single hour. I only got one last day to explore, and I'm gonna make sure I see everything there is to see around here. Starting with that cool sounding flea market they're doing in the auditorium. I see the job offer from the Zumerian Railroad Corporation, so that's where I'll be working after graduation. They're going to be introducing something called a buffet car to certain trains. Apparently they want my help with it. I certainly didn't see myself working for a train company, but traveling the country, concocting new dishes sounds like a dream. It'll give me a chance to see how this nation is shifting from a variety of places too. The Zumerian Railroad Corporation offered me a job, so I decided to take it. It's kinda sad to think my time in this club's coming to an end though. I suppose that's life. Williams too, come to think of it. She seems happy enough on the outside, but I wonder how she feels deep down. Extenuating circumstances have led me to opening an exhibition in Heimdall. More specifically, our club advisor took the liberty of showing off the piece I made during the war to everyone she could. Now I've got people saying they want to become my sponsors or some garbage like that. None of that matters to me. I just wish they'd shut up and let me work. Well, I suppose it's not all bad. They are offering me an awful lot of money, apparently. I can use that to set up my own outlier away from anyone who would try to talk to me and distract me from my work. I wasn't able to figure out why painting felt so empty to me this past month. Well, not until you came back. All of a sudden, that emptiness is completely gone. Clearly, I like your company. Clara always says that paintings reflect the heart of their artists. It looks like she was absolutely right. Paintings really do reflect the heart of their artist. Clara definitely knows her stuff. But if I can only paint when you're around, I'm in for some rough times. There we go. I'll be taking over Clara's position as head of the art club when she graduates. Not that I feel like I'm up to the task, but it won't stop me from trying. You can't live in fear of overstepping my comfort zone. Not with you all doing what you're doing. I just don't feel like I'm quite ready to take over the art club, but if I don't do it, nobody else will. I can't live in fear of stepping out of my comfort zone forever, can I? I brought Lynn some of the flowers I grew in the gardening club to use as a model for her painting. Do you want some too? They smell super sexy, just like me. A good sniff of them will cheer right up in no time. I'm kidding. I do appreciate the thought, but I think I'm good on flowers for now. If you want to paint some lousy flowers, only have pretty Vivi just waiting to pose for them. Her loss. Okay, next room. No one's in there. To the roof then. Hello. Do you know how tough it is to do these special lessons for you kids? More than enough. I got more than enough on my hands, just one set of lessons. But you guys just had to have your own, didn't you? I'm sure it's a ton of work. We really can't thank you enough for doing all this for us. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, my current workload's a headache, but I'm sure it'll be upgraded to a migraine when next year rolls around. Due to no small part to that damn building over there. What building? Oh. Don't remember that building. The one that's supposed to house Valimar and all those soldats? The Imperial Army asked the Academy to build it, didn't they? Yeah, asked isn't really the right word. Though... It's not the first time. They made us take those combat shells, too. They even made me help with it since we worked on that Tachi. Just finished up a few days before he came back from Crossbell. I didn't know that. They haven't given us any soldats to put there yet, but it's probably just a matter of time. But they're going to be as common on the battlefield as tanks soon enough. Yeah, it's kind of scary to think how much has changed in Erebonia since the end of the war. This is probably only the beginning. Well, that's life. Nothing stays the same forever. Just don't spend too much time worrying about the future that you forget about what's happening in your life right now. Basically, don't freak out about the future of Erebonia when you've got your own shit to deal with. Like next week's test. I'll be sure to study extra hard for this one. Maybe I should drop by that building and pay Valimar a visit later, though. Honestly, you'd be better off if you didn't sweat what's to come. You're a student. Act like it. Your biggest worry should be the test next week. Today's material's going to be on it too, so you might as well start studying. It's nearly time for me to bow out of my academic career. Have the preparations been made for my return to my family's land, Serifa? Of course. Everything is arranged for you to start managing from the moment you arrive. I have also finished networking all of the other second years so that you may remain in contact with them. Splendid. All is well then. With the Empire as it stands, it is more imperative than ever that we fresh young graduates stay connected. What better contact for maintaining those connections than Vincent Florald, noble and patriot? I can feel the inspiration from here, Master Vincent. My remaining time at this academy shall be as sad and beautiful as the sunset sky. Nary a dry eye will be seen in these halls. While my responsibilities in admiring the Florald family lands and unifying the graduating second years will deny this fine institution my presence, I shall live on in the memories of my dear sister and the hearts of the fair, beautiful maidens of this academy. I apologize for interrupting what is clearly a deeply emotional moment for you, but I could sense Lady Margarita's imminent approach. This is Sarifa. We must flee at once. Tonight I will spend the EM at that cafe in Trista. As long as Master Vincent refuses to elucidate his intentions, I fear the cycle will only continue to repeat. We must either cataclysmically malign her advances, or accept her with open arms and puckered lips. There is no middle ground. Yeah. Margarita won't ever give up. From where did Margarita get the notion that we were engaged in the first place? I said nothing of the sort. I'm afraid that if we continue on this track, she will one day turn up on my doorstep wearing a bridal gown. They'll perish the very thought. Oh boy. So where exactly is she? First floor? Alright, let's continue talking with everybody. I would have thought you'd be back in your dormitory by now to get everything in order for tomorrow. Now that you are here, however, there's one thing I'd like to ask you. How fares Arkansas over in Crossbell? You should know after your recent venture. I can't say, I'm afraid. We didn't really get the chance to see what they were up to. I wish I could have, though. Maybe next time. Reasonable. I was just worried as to Rixie and Mao's well-being. There have been rumors of late that the group's star performer has been gravely injured and is in the process of recovery. I've been worried about her absence maybe placing additional stress on Rixia. Forget I said anything. There's a period missing there. Alright. You wouldn't think he was such a devoted fan just looking at him. I wonder how he'd react if I told him that I think I actually ran into her. Fought her, too. Actually, I probably shouldn't tell him about the whole fighting thing. I can hardly believe it happened myself. Putting Rixia Mao aside for now, I do suggest you try to return to your dormitory soon to get some rest for tomorrow. It would be a terrible waste to spend your final free day of the year too tired to be productive. Okay. Both the students and instructors seem to be so restless right now. Not that comes as a surprise. Whether they stay outdoors or go elsewhere, they'll have a brand new environment to adapt to. But new beginnings are part of this nature of spring. That's not a bad thing. But I guess it makes sense. Spring just around the corner. The sunset's beautiful tonight, isn't it? The line of flowers have started blooming throughout the town as well. I suppose you could say they're getting ready to see everyone off as they take the next step in their lives. Well, no matter what you think, whatever you think the flowers are up to, try to make your last free day worthwhile. But stay out of harm's way. I'll try. It started blooming as well. So these are next step in their lives, stay out of harm's way. Same exact dialogue. Disappointment. Okay, now for one of the best characters, the janitor. The flea market tomorrow is a joint project between the merchants of Trista and some volunteer first years. It's going to be quite the occasion. Sounds just about right for the last free day of the year, if you ask me. I'll be there to see it for sure. Tomorrow's tournament's going to be a sight to see, going by all the work that's gone into it. Better stop on by. Well, you've been back for 3 whole days now. Have people finally stopped hounding you with questions? Sounds like you hardly had a moment's peace at first. Well, everyone knew where I'd been. The whole country knows what the Chronicle running those stories about me. Can't blame them for being curious. It's one of those things you'll probably just have to get used to, at least as long as you're a hero in the public eye. Don't think about it too much. Just be sure to make good use of tomorrow, both for yourself and those who no longer can. Thanks, I will. Alright, time to get back to work. want to get all this boring stuff done so I can hit the town tomorrow. I should probably get in touch with Toval and Miles to check on a few things too. I think it's wonderful that you've all resolved to do what's best for you. Rather than following the path life laid out for you, you're taking your lives into your own hands and forging new trails. Making it through the war has clearly had a positive effect on all of you. Making it through the war has clearly had a positive effect on all our students. Now it's my turn to follow their lead. My family has been telling me that I have settled down ever since the war ended. That unfortunately with me quitting this job. I'm going to have to think about this one. Why, hello, Reen. Oh, because you're studying. I'd be more than happy to help if you're having any sort of trouble. Thanks for the offer, but I think I'll be alright. I got the Machias and Emma support system keeping me on the ball. That offer extends to next year, though. I'll be sure to be taking you up on it then. Oh, by all means. Nothing in this world makes me happier than lending a hand to students in need. But can you believe the academic year is so close to its end? I'd just love to see it off with a big old party, wouldn't you? I think you're onto something. It's so hard to get everyone together in one place now, though. Instructor Neidhart is always busy with his army's duties, too. I would have just loved to ring out the school year with a big party, but perhaps it just wasn't meant to be. Alright. Van Dyke. If it isn't Reen Strorzer, allow me to give you my belated congratulations on your incredible work over in Crossbell. Though it does break my heart that such a heavy burden should fall to a student such as yourself. Don't feel bad, sir. I was the one who chose to accept the Crossbell government's request after all. Besides, it wouldn't do me any good to run away from this. The role I've been given is difficult, but I'll see it through to the end. I ended up meeting some interesting people over there too. I had no regrets. And I shall say only one more thing. I'm sure your days ahead will be full of hardships. Be sure not to lose sight of yourself as you face them. That is all the advice I can give you. Thank you, sir. General Van Dyke was my superior back when I was in the army. As such, I'm planning on granting you a bit of additional assistance. Flashbacks. Is something wrong, Schwarzer? No, sir, not at all. I wouldn't be surprised if Principal Van Dyke knew something. Now's not the time to start asking. What if he lived? I'm sure that many hardships lie in store for you, but never lose sight of yourself as you struggle to overcome them. That's all the advice I can give. Okay. I am Margarita. Where in the world did my little sugar plum have disappeared to? Most men would be glued to the arm of a fiancé as delectable as I am. Vincent must just be feeling shy. There's not much time until he graduates, though, so I'll have to find him so we can spend his final hours outdoors together. Where can my noble escort be? With his graduation so close at hand, I'll have to track him down so we can close out his time outdoors together.
Oh,
I'm also surprised that you're letting it fish. It's one more for old time's sake. I don't really need to fish anymore.
This is a big one.
Because I have all the fish. The flowers inside all of our hearts have seen better days, mine and Fee's included. That's nothing to worry about. I'm sure that spring's warm caress will thaw them out and return them to normal. New seeds I planted have finally started to sprout. It'll be a while before we get to see any flowers though. I was hoping I'd actually have the chance to raise these one myself, but it wasn't meant to be. I just wish I could be here to see what kind of flowers they produce. I'm confused about one thing though. Everyone here was everyone in Class 7 was a first year, right? So then why is Reen the only one who doesn't get to graduate? That's one thing that's confusing me a bit. Looks like I'm finally able to go toe-to-toe with Patrick. Guess I've got all of Bridget's support over the year to thank for that. These aren't my laurels to rest on. A good boyfriend aims higher to make sure that I can always keep his girlfriend safe. Okay. I'd never be able to fight Patrick on equal terms without Bridget there supporting me from the start. I can't deny going out with her's got me feeling pretty good. I'm practically bursting with confidence. God damn it now, control yourself. You can't state that kind of stuff out loud in the middle of club practice. Oh, it's you, Schwarzer. Is it true that you're going to be helping the student council again tomorrow? I would have imagined one in your position would take the opportunity to rest, but I suppose it's just not your way. Yeah, for better or worse, that's just how I am. How are things back at home, by the way? Everything's are still kind of chaotic over in the Sutherland province. So it seems. Certainly keeping my father busy. Celestin will be returning home to help him, so I imagine he'll be able to stay on top of things, but... Now, what is it to you how my family is faring? Don't you have enough to worry about as things stand? Well, I have no shortage of scores to settle with you, so I'd appreciate it if you got back to being your old self. Otherwise, I'll simply end up speeding ahead of you before you know it come next month. Thanks, I'll keep that in mind. My father should be able to stay on top of matters, what with Celestin returning home to help him. As you're well aware, we have no shortage of matters to clear up between us, so get back to being your old self already. Otherwise, I'll simply end up speeding past you and dancing there. Instead of going home once I graduate, I plan on going on a little journey. I weighed all my options, and this one stood well above the rest. I'm curious to see how far my swordsmanship can take me. If nothing else, it should be a very interesting experiment. I decided to ask Loggins to join me as well, so let's see how he replies. On that aside, Alan and Patrick have improved significantly. I haven't decided yet who should be the next club captain, but maybe there doesn't need to be one to start. Having them compete on a regular basis and transferring the captain title to whoever has the most wins might work too. That would work out. Let's see. A few people by the pool. Hey Rex. Ooh, they're gonna race? Better get snapping now. Now this is why the swimming club is the best club. Nothing but well-rounded photo opportunities one after another. Rest in peace, Rex the war photographer. Hardly knew ye. Let's look at them. You can tell they've grown a lot over the past year. Gotta make sure my photos capture that just right. Now that has two meanings. I enrolled in this academy fearing you'd lead me straight into the Imperial Army. The only thing I'm good at is being tough, so I figured that'd be the best way to pay the bills, I guess. Lately, I've been wondering if that's really a good enough reason to join up. Pretty much ready to enlist, but do I really want to? Since I entered the academy, I figured I was on the beeline for the army. Now I'm like a month away from graduation. I'm starting to second guess myself. Do I really want to do this? Did he say something new for the third time? No, he didn't. It's official. Once Klein graduates, he's going into the Imperial Army. In fact, that's where he is right now, doing some sort of training program. I was hoping to pick his brain about some stuff, given that I'm the new captain of the swimming club. Oh well. What should I teach next year's batch of new recruits? I'm really gonna have to think this one over. I guess lesson 1 would be getting them used to swimming in a cold pool, since it's early spring and all. Am I really cut out for this? I'm not half the man Klein is. Having to race against Laura is a little panic-inducing, sure. But I can't let that put me off trying. I won't get better if I never push myself. Ever since I've got to know Laura, she's been helping me grow. I can't let myself get complacent now. Not after all the time she's spent on me. Nice angle. Then let our race begin. I expect nothing short of your best. Of course. It's a true joy to see the strides that Monica made since she first started swimming. People are like water, always shifting, always churning. Even when they look calm on the surface, I have no doubt plenty was happening beneath the surface for her. Alright. Next location. Head this way. been chosen as the next riding club captain. I can't help but feel like Eustace would be the right person for the job, though. Still, it's my responsibility now, so I'm going to do an even better job than he would. I've been chosen to be the captain of the riding club next year. It's a lot of responsibility, but I'll prove that I was the right choice. Nobody will be better at this than me. I owe nearly as much to the riding club this year as I do our class. My time at Thor's wouldn't have been nearly as interesting if I hadn't joined. I consider myself lucky to have done so. I'm happy to hear that. Still, Green, from what I understand, my brother owes you a lot for what you've done during your stay in Crossbell. I wouldn't say that. While I was there, I saw the extent of his political skill over and over again, and, well, I feel like I only know now just how much he's capable of. Both good ways and bad, I assume. Though I knew him just like I thought I knew my father, but in the end, they're both strangers to me. Sorry, Eustace. Well, enough about me. I just wish he could have seen his duty as one of the Academy's directors through the end of the year. That's all. This year's been a hectic one, that much is sure. I just wish my brother could have seen his position as an Academy director through to the end of it. I have my heart set on joining the Imperial Cavalry after graduation. We live in rapidly changing times, but that only makes it more important for me to chart Erebonia's path as a noble and a soldier. Besides, this provides me an opportunity to put my Thor's education to good use. The lessons I learned from the Civil War, too. Why did I come to this conclusion, you ask? I suppose it was Eustace's influence, and that of a dearly departed fellow second year. I have my heart set on joining the Imperial Cavalry after graduation. I recognize that I'll be treading a dangerous path, but there's no need to worry. Now, as long as I have Whitecomb every step by my side, every step of the way. You go. Yo, we bam, hope you're ready for flea market tomorrow. And I'll say so hard you had no choice to demand on the better merchant. Becky. You're only now declaring war you've already lost. Any merchant with us saw would have known the battle started the moment the market was announced. Did I overestimate you again? I think it's about time I proved something to her once and for all. That my knowledge of marketing theory is nearly perfect and approaches like hers stand absolutely no chance against it. Alright, keep at it, you mate. You will not be laughing for long. I cannot wait to wipe that smug look off his face tomorrow. Locked. Oh wait, I still need to go see Toa, don't I? Better go to the Student Union building. I still can't believe they're actually keeping the Ashen Knight here at the Academy. Well, yeah, the Ashen Knight and its pilot are both seen as heroes. They ended the war after all. I heard the entrance exams are crazy this year too. Everyone really wants to get in after everything that's happened. No doubt. Who wouldn't want to go to some place where you might end up with your own knight? I wonder what kind of students manage to get in. We'll see in Cold Steel 3, right? Oh, hey, head back to your dorm. Head back to your dorm? Here, then. Well, I guess Cold Steel 3 is a year and a half or 3 years, whatever the time difference is. Well, that's enough about that for now. Still gotta figure out our plans for our free day tomorrow. Want to check out that thing they're doing in the auditorium? To the library. We've been talking to everybody for 30 minutes now. Nice. Now that the war's finally over, the continuations of stories I've been following are finally hitting the market. I think they'll take this and this for now. I can't wait to spend tomorrow just relaxing and reading in here. I can't remember if I have to, like, look. No, these are batches of Hero Chronicle. Like, I recall there being, like, more books. Like in the recommended reading corner, I think. I believe I have to, like, look at them to actually put them in the, data thing, don't I? Pretty sure I do. Could be wrong. chances are I'm wrong, but who knows? I feel like the press have to work the famous Ashen Chevalier into everything lately. It's kind of wild to have the talk of the country standing right in front of me. Especially as you don't really look like a celebrity. You seem like any other student to me. Well, I am. Nothing special. It's kind of weird to have a celebrity standing right in front of you. Especially you don't seem like a celebrity, you seem like any other student to me. They kind of don't really try with the dialogue too much here, don't they? See, is anybody back here? Knock knock, it's Reen. Shut. Let's do the engineering building first and talk to Toa last. Good way to handle it.
Oh.
It's voiced.
Hey there, Rain.
Looks like someone's done with class for the day.
Yep, just got out. Wait, is that?
Yep, Angie's brand new bike.
We started building it for you, but then we had a change of heart. I just couldn't tear you away from your current ride after you'd grown so attached.
Now I feel bad, considering I pretty much did just that to you. Your new one's got a pretty cool design, though.
Don't get too jealous. Specs are pretty much the same as yours. Well, before Angie tunes it up and adds her custom gear for distance riding, that is.
But distance riding would mean... You're planning on going off on some big journey, aren't you?
10 points to Rain. I just felt like it was time for me to go out and see the world for myself. My martial arts teacher did the same thing once, so I'm sure it'll be a valuable experience for me. The plan for now is to travel through the entirety of Zemuria.
I think it's less emotional and more just me having really bad allergies. How's it going, Tuesday?
That's not a very specific plan, and a pretty sizable journey.
For whatever reason, it always seems to come out whenever I stream. Always fun.
You can say that again. I have no idea where she finds the energy.
Oh, really now? Your plan to visit the continent's most famous engineering factories is pretty much exactly the same thing.
You really think so?
I take it you'll be leaving Erebonia for a while too, George?
Seems that way. First stop's Liberl and ZCF. Always wanted to see it. After that, I got my heart set on a trip to the Epstein Foundation over in Le Mans State. While I'm at it, I think it'd be nice to pay a visit to the Verne Company in Calvert, too.
Will you even be able to get into Calvert at this point?
Hey, I didn't say it'd be easy.
Alright, see you later,
I think
Tuesday.
I can pull some strings. The real reason for this trip is to figure out what I can do as an engineer to help smooth over our international relations. Meeting the continent's finest engineers and discussing things with them should really help get the ball rolling on that.
You've thought that far ahead. That's really admirable. I hope you can find a way to make that happen. Even though I feel kind of hypocritical saying that, as someone who participated in the war.
Don't beat yourself up over it, Reen.
You have nothing to be ashamed of. That was your only option, given the way the Chancellor set things up. Your actions actually helped us avoid an even longer, more brutal war.
But...
Angie's right. You played a role that no one else could have. Just think. If things kept going the way they were going, we could have been at war with all of Crossbell. I don't even want to imagine the number of lives that would have been lost if you hadn't stepped in the way you did.
Of course, us telling you whether or not you should feel guilty doesn't matter. It all comes down to you facing your own feelings over what you did. But there's one thing we'd like you to remember as you do. You're not alone, Rain. You've got friends who understand why you did what you did.
sometimes I wonder how I was lucky enough to get such good ones. Thanks, you guys. This really...
Oops.
Don't mention it. On a completely different note, why don't you pay Valimar a visit while you're here? We spared no expense making sure he'd be nice and cozy in there.
I think I will. But not to discredit your coziness efforts or anything, but he seems fine no matter where I leave him.
Well, aren't you a sweet chevalier? Maybe I'll check in on him in a bit too.
I can imagine that my father wasn't exactly thrilled with my decision, but he gave in, eventually. I suppose I should be grateful for having such an understanding father and such a hard head. There's no telling when I'll be back, but I guarantee that I'll be more awe-inspiring than I am now. Oh, and the stories I'll have to tell. Got a lot to look forward to. As soon as the graduation ceremony is over, I'll hit the road. I am curious to see how things will go back home with the situation being what it is, but, well, I think it's best I focus on my journey and nothing else. I only get one shot at this, right? Oops. I don't really think I need to get anything else. I'll just keep what I have. Save up the septum. Whoops. This tour of mine's not going to be easy with the international climate the way it is, but I'm still excited to get it started. I'm going to learn a ton about technology, about how a nation's culture affects its people and engineers. Can't wait. I just hope seeing all that stuff helps me figure out what I should be doing in my future too. Whoops. I'm going to see Professor Schmidt before I head off. Seems busier than ever these days though. Which means he'll probably just tell me to get lost, but hey, at least he'll be able to say I tried. He's not going to decline him, is he? Make our way to the hangar? Yeah! Night/sold-out storage area.
Hey, Valimar. How you holding up?
Relatively comfortably. My ability to self-repair means that maintenance is not mandatory, but I expect it will increase my operating efficiency.
Glad to hear it. This is going to be our new home base for the time being, so you can get in as much maintenance as you need. I'm gonna need you a lot in the days ahead, Valimar.
I need to check one thing. Just want to make sure I didn't screw with certain settings. Okay.
I will strive to meet your expectations.
Something wrong?
Not as such. I thought I sensed something unusual, but it must have been my imagination.
You really are getting to be scarily human these days, you know? What was it you sensed, though? A person?
I am unsure. It may have simply been a fluctuation in the earth veins below us. Similar fluctuations are hardly abnormal.
Well, if you don't think it's anything worth worrying about, I'll try and put it out of my mind. If you sense anything strange in the future, though, let me know, okay?
Yeah.
You can tell me... telepathically was the word, right?
Indeed. I shall use it to inform you should I sense anything is amiss.
So they have like a mental connection now too. Okay. Be at ease, Rean. I shall inform you of impending danger should anything be amiss. This is an ideal opportunity for you to rest and recover from your missions. Use it as you see fit. Time is a valuable thing which cannot be reversed. Yeah, you're right. Thanks. I'll try and take it easy. You didn't thank me. You have no missions to attend to for the time being. For now, you should focus on enjoying the time that you have. Time is a valuable thing which cannot be reversed. Deepest. Holy crap. Existential crisis. Level deep. Hey there, sorry, wrong guy. Huh? Sorry about that. Just so used to seeing come here to mess around every day that I thought you were him. Still can't believe he's gone. Don't know if I'll ever be able to. It's been how many months? Still can't believe he's gone. Don't know if we'll ever be able to. Looks like he's just gonna wander back in here like nothing had happened, you know? Vehicle Chronicle, Issue 7. Well, let's get reading. Let's see how many times it mentions Ash and Chevalier. Oh, we never read Issue 6 either. Well, for Heimdallr, we'll skip that one for now. Newsflash, congratulations on Crossbell's annexation. Lord Rufus Alberea, best known as the man who led the Erebony forces of Luther Crossbell, became the first governor general of Crossbell during a ceremony held at Orcus Tower, which will be henceforth be the territory's new center of government. Alberea swore work towards a stable society and build a new government, one completely different from those that came before. His speech was met with cheering and thunderous applause. Universal rejoicing in Crossbell. There wasn't a frown to be seen in Crossbell City today, with citizens unanimously overjoyed to be incorporated into the Erebonian Empire. It's like a dream come true, said one 23-year-old woman. Others were more reserved in their celebration, happy to join of the Empire, but remorseful of Crossbell's actions. This will cause the Erebonian people a lot of stress, lamented one self-employed man I spoke to. It seems that the annexation has brought a new area of self-awareness for the people of the newly declared territory. Bring together with Erebonia. Crossbell has long prospered as a result of having one of the largest cities on the continent, and its inclusion into the Empire should only grant it greater prosperity. Wasting no time after returning to his position, Chancellor Osborne announced on the same day as the annexation to introduce policies to support the territory's economic growth. Governor General Rufus Alberea looked more than happy to hear the news. The two capped off the meeting with an enthusiastic handshake and to rapturous applause. The annexation of Crossbell is bound to bring about a bright future for the people of Erebonia, and we here at the Imperial Chronicle are united in supporting its future development. Economy. Crossbell sparks economic turnaround. Ever since the annexation of Crossbell, national economic indicators have been on the rise. There are several contributing factors, of course, including Imperial Governor Carl Regnitz's announcement that Heimdall has returned to normalcy, and large corporations like the Reinford Group resuming their exports may cite Crossbell as a turning point. Some analysts even argue that pre-war economy has already been surpassed. Furthermore, the capital is likely to see a massive influx of tax revenue from Crossbell, which many economic analysts predict will lead to unprecedented levels of prosperity. An economic pundit commented, with Crossbell under its swing, Erebonia's economy is likely to reach greater heights than ever before. It wouldn't be hyperbole to call Erebonia as it stands a superpower. There it is. The Ashen Knight overwhelms the Republican army. Queen Schwarzer, the hero who brought the Civil War to an end, still has a few tricks up his sleeve, which he proved by single-handedly repelling the Republican army. The 18-year-old Mr. Schwarzer is a student at a prestigious military academy, as well as the only person capable of piloting the cutting-edge Ashen Knight. His achievements quickly drew the eye of the armed forces, and one high-ranking Army staff member even says that they are considering giving him special treatment upon graduation to hasten his path to becoming a military officer. The servant-man's future seems unexceptionally bright, but the military has been doing what it can to keep his light hidden. The information on him and his whereabouts is classified, and interviews with him are strictly prohibited. Special meeting of the Provincial Council. Another meeting the Provincial Council is planned for the end of this month. Marcus Ragnar, Marquis Ragnar, Marquis Higharms, the Crossbell, and Crossbell Governor General Lord Rufus Alberea are all set to attend. The meeting will deal with the aftermath and war and the treatment of Duke Cayenne Pepper and Duke Alberea, both of whose questioning has now formally begun. The council said that it will issue a statement regarding the ongoing confusion in Ortis, where a splinter group of the Noble Alliance forces continues to enforce its rule. Many have taken it as a sign that may bring that situation there to an end. Life. Let's get the good year to a good start. 1204 had its share of up and downs, but 1205 is finally here. The start of a new year is always a good chance to put the past behind us and start afresh. So here are a few tips for welcoming the new year in a positive way and work toward making it a good one. 1. Sort your belongings. This is a great opportunity to throw away all the unneeded clutter building up around you. Don't forget to get some cleaning in either. 2. Set at least one new goal for yourself to achieve in the year ahead. Having goals makes you feel more positive. 3. Be sure to give back to the people who helped you last year. Write another card. That's sure to leave a positive impression. Last but not least, be sure to get plenty of rest. Last year's Civil War took an exhausting toll on all of us, so much that a large number of people in the capital claim to have witnessed a collective hallucination. Get those thoughts out of your head and start the year off healthy by cleaning, sleeping well, and sleeping often. Cool. Mass hallucination. Still funny. That hangar's in use already from what I hear. Not much, but it's a start. It'll probably be used way more in the future though. Might even end up with sold-out related classes thanks to it. I notice you feel like I'm graduating too soon. Can't say I know how you feel. But I think we should just believe in the first years now. They've grown a lot since the first day. They'll be fine. I suppose that's true. It's hard to believe tomorrow will be our final free day here at this academy. Maybe I should show my face in the salon at some point. Try not to end it with any regrets, okay? Been an eventful 2 years here, but a fun 2 years nonetheless. Look at me, getting all down like it's over. We still got time to enjoy it yet. The radio filled me in on everything you were up to over in Crossbell. Think, you used to need my help to get onto the radio. Nowadays the radio follows you, and it's very, very impressive. But just take care, okay? Radio filled me in on everything Crossbell. Do me a favor and look after yourself, will you? Promise? Speed it up! It's hard to believe the second years only have a couple of weeks left here now. I still remember the day they enrolled here like it was yesterday. I think I'll treat them to something nice tomorrow. What's with the sour face? Come along, eat up! What you need is to down a warm meal. There's nothing like a full stomach to bring a smile to your face. If only you had new stuff. But you don't. So I won't. Well, yeah, I'll be passing the second-year training regimen down to you tomorrow. It's crazy hard, but you're ready for it, aren't you? Give me a hell yeah! Of course. Riz has been working real hard to take up the role of captain now that we're leaving. Might have to hit a rough patch or two along the way, but it's good. It's good to know I can graduate worry-free now. The Imperial Army will be establishing a new major air fleet soon, you know. So Emily and I are going to sign up. You can imagine how well Father took the news, but we managed to talk him around to the idea. Emily's already fired up at the thought of being an officer like Captain Claire one day. Emily and I are planning on joining the Imperial Army's new air fleet after graduation. It's a tad nerve-wracking to be sure, but I'll have Emily with me, so I know everything will work out fine. I've been appointed the new captain of the Academy's lacrosse club. I swear my name is a floral and I will do a stellar job of fulfilling the numerous duties that come with the title. Though perhaps bringing my rivalry to Alyssa to its conclusion by the end of the month will take precedent for now. Moving on to the next issue. What should be done about inviting new members to the club next month? Tomorrow's going to be Emily and Therissa's final day as members of the lacrosse club. Which means it's one of the last days we'll really get to spend with them. We're gonna make the most of it. Not much time left to spend with Emily and Therissa, which means we'll have to wring every last drop of fun out of it that we can. Next floor. Let's see if there's anyone on the top floor. Nope, still as empty as it usually is. Sitting in clubroom as the sun sets, reading and writing with Dorothy, I really love times like these. I hardly realized just how much until recently, truth be told. It's kinda sad to think that come next month, this will all be a memory. It's only now I've realized how much I've come to love the literature club. Even if I spent most of my time evading Dorothy's attempts to turn me on to her favorite genre, I'll really miss it. Feeling any better now? I mean, endless ocean of work aside. Honestly, the work's not all that bad. It's kinda nice to get back to a mundane life after so long away. I think my time at Crossbell helped me realize what's important to me. Spending time with everyone here. If you say so. Just don't forget to rest up. Knowing you, you'll be busy again soon enough. Make sure to get some rest, knowing you'll be busy again soon enough. Yeah. I actually was a little lost about what to do once I graduate, but my heart's finally set on becoming a writer. That's why I've been submitting my work to every literary magazine I can find. Literature is an important part of our culture, so I don't want a war to ever make us lose sight of that. And if I could do that through a profession I love, well, all the better. I've been submitting my work to all sorts of different literary magazines hoping to become a published author. Shockingly, none of them have been terribly keen on my work so far. Not that that worries me. You know what they say? The best cure for a downtrodden heart is beautiful romance between the purest of boys. Okay. It's, we'll not deal with that. Green, don't tell me. You actually caught the legendary Ymir's guardian? That's right. Wasn't easy though, let me tell you. No great catch ever is. It's just, that's just incredible. Never even seen it, let alone had a chance to land it. So it was a mutation of a gladiator? Must have been quite the sight when you fished it up, that's for sure. Still, I'd say that you're truly worthy of the title of Platinum Angler. It's an incredibly rare honor. The only people with it are myself, my brother, and his Elite Four. That's like half the people I know who actually fish. It's rare, trust me. There are a lot of fishermen out there. And hey, that little title earns you this nice little bonus too. It's all yours. Should be handy with all the fighting you do. Orochi. Wow, this looks like one strong master quartz. Thank you so much, Kenneth. For this and all the support you've given me to reach this point. Don't worry about it. Support's free. I've got plenty of it. Now that you're a platinum angler, you got access to a whole new slew of prizes. So just keep on trading in your points. With pleasure. So what do I get? What do I get? Sinnin Gem. Costs 800 points. Shit. I don't have nearly enough. Oh yeah, my brother finally got back from Crossbell. He just showed out of nowhere back home. It was a big deal though, given how long he's been out of touch. I was out fishing and missed the whole thing. Seems like there's been a change in the ecology of fishing spots all over Erebonia in the past few months. It's a fancy way of saying my old fishing strategies won't work anymore and I've got to think of new ones. At least that's fun to do. Two more rooms and then the final location. Scary just how fast the time's gone. Sorry that I couldn't accept your request though. Don't worry about it. By sound of it, there'll only be one chess club next year anyway. Both upper and lower class students use. Live your life how you want to. Couldn't ask for anything else. Thank you. Lucky to have been students here. Not only do we get great classmates, but we got great second years too. And yes, I'm including Kuro. Can't believe Machias and I have known each other for an entire year now. Time really flies. And all the late nights we spent together battling out over a chessboard just thoughts making me all emotional. Oh come on, there's nothing to cry about. We're missing one person. She's gone. Huh? This was the Occult Research Society's room. Can't see any sign of burial either. The club's been closed? Yeah. Weird. Rex and I sent in some of our war foes to Imperial Chronicle and they really loved them. We even received special recognition during the last Pulitzer Prize ceremony. That in turn led a man named Norn to offer me a job at the Chronicle, which I graciously accepted. I plan to use that position to spread the truth to as many people as possible. Rex and I received special recognition during the last Pulitzer Prize ceremony for the photos we sent in. Probably extended me a job offer, so that's where I'll be after I graduate. Rex, on the other hand, still hasn't expanded his photographic interest beyond girls. Why did I leave the future of the club in his hands? Knock knock, it's Reen. Toa handing over all the work to the rest of the student council should be ending today. So I'm guessing she's still here. There's definitely someone in there, but there's no response. I know. Excuse me, I'm coming in. Toa sleeping again. And it's voiced.
Yep, I knew it. No wonder she fell asleep. She must have been really busy getting everything sorted out for the spring. Makes me remember finding her like this over in the computer room. Oh, right. I probably shouldn't look too much or she'll get mad when she wakes up.
Angie, George, Crow. Reen? What are you doing in my room? Wait,
Not exactly his room.
this
Her
is
room.
the student council room. I must have fallen asleep.
Sorry for coming in without permission. I did knock, though.
Don't worry about it. It's my fault for dozing off like this. Why do you always have to keep finding me like that?
It's happened twice, I think.
I hope you weren't looking at me while I was sleeping again.
I did try to look as little as possible.
Well, if you say so. Is something the matter? You're not looking too well.
No, I'm fine. Maybe the light streaming in through the window is making me look off color? I feel fine, really.
Come with me.
Okay.
What's this all about?
I know that you're a boy and all, and I do think that you've grown a lot during your year here. No, I probably shouldn't even call you a boy anymore. You're a grown man now, but that doesn't mean you always have to stand and endure everything life throws your way. Okay? If it gets too much, it's alright to sit down and let it all out. Whether you're a boy or a grown man doesn't change that. It's okay, Reen.
It's not your fault.
I'm so sorry.
It's not your fault.
I'm so sorry. I promised I'd bring him back. I promised I'd make him graduate with you. But I couldn't do it.
It's okay. You did everything you could. You made sure he knew how we all felt. And you let all of us know how he really felt too. So, don't get so worked up about it. Okay?
I'm sorry. I didn't want anyone to see me like that.
Well, I guess we're even then. Not like I jump for joy every time you catch me sleeping.
Have you finished getting everything ready for the next student council now, by the way?
Yep, my days of being president are almost done. The first years taking over are really smart, though. I barely had to teach a thing in the end.
Still, it must have been hard work getting through it all. You're going on a tour of various NGOs after graduation, right?
Yep. The plan's to take a year to visit NGOs in lots of different fields. Politics, economics, engineering, medicine. After that, I'm not sure what I want to do. I'll probably join either the army or something related to the government, I suppose.
Well, I'm pretty sure they'd both love to have you. There's no chance either one would say no to you. Especially since taking a year off hasn't made them any less determined to recruit you. After all you did with commanding the Courageous, it's no wonder you're so in demand.
I don't know. I don't think I did anything special, really. Still, like it'd be best in the long run for me to see the world from a variety of different perspectives. I don't know what path I'll choose, but I want to step onto it with a firm decision on how things should be. I think that's the best thing I can do for this country's future. Maybe I'm being a little overdramatic there, though.
Not at all. After how much you've done for this academy, I can only imagine how much you could do for this country. Just try not to overwork yourself, okay? We're with you all the way, but we will always worry, you know?
Thanks. Oh, I almost forgot. What was it that made you come here? I mean, I'm happy you did, but...
Oh, I'd completely forgotten too. I just came to ask if there was anything I could do to help tomorrow, seeing as it's another free day.
But you've only just come back. And besides, tomorrow's your...
That's all the more reason I want to spend tomorrow's free day the same way I spent all of the others. It wouldn't feel like our final free day is Class 7 if it were any different.
Well, if you say so. Okay. I do have a few things in mind, so I'll just drop them into your mailbox in the dorm like I always do. And thanks for offering.
Green. Hey guys, didn't expect to run into you. Crazy coincidence, huh? Are you heading back to the dormitory too? That was the idea. Why don't we all head back together then? Okay, that's... ellipses. It's nice seeing the flowers as they start to bloom. Yeah. I know you said earlier they'd be in full bloom in a week, but I was thinking it'd be closer to the end of the month, personally. Just in time for the welcoming ceremony. New students will be able to begin their academic lives here surrounded by lino flowers just as we did. How wonderful. You've all known each other since your first day here, right? That's right. Nobody else started partway through the year like you did. Back then, I never would imagine we'd get along this well. We got off to kind of a rocky start. You're telling me. Especially Machias and Eustace. That was fun. For what it's worth, I do regret the way I behaved back then. It's not exactly something I'm terribly proud of. I'll think nothing of it. Maturity makes fools of even the best of us at times. Thanks, hold on, what was that expression? You weren't exactly standing on the moral high ground either. I wouldn't have had such a reason to behave the way I did if you hadn't kept looking down your nose at me. Do you not hear me say the best of us? It was hell on earth it was hell on all of us at the start, at the time, but it's all just a fond memory now. I suppose the same could be said about your and Reen's little incident at the start of the year, couldn't it? You just had to bring that up, didn't you? You should have seen this coming. Classic anime style. Ooh, little incidents are my favorite. Tell me, tell me, tell me! Well... Don't you dare! She's the last person who needs to know! Oh yeah. If she knew, then given the day, literally everybody would know. First day really was full of surprises. Yeah, I can't imagine too many teachers welcome their students by dropping them through a hole in the floor. Even without having to fight a gargoyle on the way out, that's a pretty memorable start to a school year. The gargoyle proved to be quite the opponent, too. Beans! I'll say. When we managed to pull together and defeat it, she just casually drops in like nothing happened. It's like she was lying in wait the whole time, watching and waiting for a chance to strike. That's exactly what she was doing. Still, as exhausting and unusual as it was, that's how our class began. Pretty sure it's burned into all of our memories at this point. How could it not be? I have no doubt about that. And so, I'm sure it's one of those memories that I'll cherish decades into the future. Aw, now you got me all jealous. Now it's my turn to do something crazy and some super memorable memories too. Don't you dare. I dread to imagine what she's thinking of when she says something crazy. And they're talking. A hopefully unrelated note, what are you gonna do for dinner tonight? I only plan on getting something over at Kirsch's, but if anyone has any better ideas. I think it may be a good idea to make something for ourselves. We don't have to work between us. I'm sure our meal will have quite a bit of variety too. It does sound nice. My cooking skills are in danger of getting rusty too. No objections here. Well, unless anyone has what they need already, I think it's time to split up. We've probably got a lot to buy, so...
That won't be necessary.
Hi, Sharon. What are you doing here?
Huh?
Sharon?
What reason could you possibly have for being here? The chairman gave me her permission to return to my former position as your dormitory's caretaker. Which means I am here to serve you all once more. There may only be a short time left until the end of the year, but I'll make sure you want for nothing during it. I've already started preparing your evening meal, so there's no need to go out and buy anything.
Oh, well, how about that?
I'm fine with this.
We will gladly accept your offer.
Sharon's cooking's better than whatever grub we could rustle up together anyway.
How do you manage to get permission from Mother in the first place, though? Weren't you helping to rebuild the Rhineford group? I thought the company was getting so many orders in, it was struggling to keep up. Now that Master Gwyn has returned to the company, everything is back in order.
What?
He and the chairman have been speeding through one task after another since he got back. Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
So the former and current chairman make quite a team, I see.
Boy, I'm starving. Wouldn't mind a drink either. With the weather getting warmer, it's just about time for peak beer season. Huh? What are you guys all gathered out here for?
Oh, why are you here? It's a pleasure to see you too, Lady Sarah. I brought a bountiful supply of smoked oysters and sardines if you'd like a snack to accompany your beer. Would you like them alongside your dinner?
Damn it. Yes.
I'm surprised she can just walk around in public like this. You know, considering her affiliation.
I'm guessing there's some sort of agreement in place between Rhineford and the government to leave her alone. Though, even if there weren't, I can't imagine anything would be able to stop Sharon from doing what she wants.
Yeah.
Whew. I think I might have eaten too much. It's been so long since we last had Sharon's cooking. She hasn't lost her touch. None of it feels heavy on my stomach at all. Well, that's all my work done for the day. Maybe I should go see how everyone else is doing.
You explore Class 7's rooms the night before each free day. Be aware over that the story progresses as you enter each room. Just like it did in the first game. I knew there'd be an event if you looked at
Here's
Crow's room.
Crow's room. I think I'll stay away from it for now. I feel more like going around and talking to everyone. Hey, Elliot. Taking care of your violin?
Oh, are they actually going to have all these voices? That'll be nice.
Yeah, it's taken care of me over the past year, so why not return the favor? I'm actually planning on giving a few of them to the Academy before I go. Just to make sure next year's first years have something to practice with.
That's really generous, and sure to make a lot of people happy. And you'll finally be heading off to a music academy, just like you always wanted. I bet they'll push you pretty hard over there, too.
So he's leaving Trista and going to the music
I don't
academy?
doubt it. I'm going to need to be all music all the time if I want to stand a chance at keeping up. Though, to be honest, after all the time I've spent here, I don't really want my life to be completely about music. I love it, obviously, but to be a balanced person, I want to have a bit more variety in my life, like I had here at the academy. For one thing, I don't want to get too rusty with my orbital staff.
Good to hear. I hope everything works out for you.
Thanks. Me too. No, it's nothing. Either way, Heimdall and Trista are really close, so don't be a stranger, okay?
So what, I'm guessing like everybody is going somewhere else, but Reen's the only one who's staying up or something?
I know you're gonna have tons of work to get through between your classes and your missions, but...
Don't worry, I'll make time. I'm sure we'll have plenty of chances to see each other. There's still a ton of Heimdall I haven't seen, too. You'll have to show me around next time I make it over there.
You bet.
You know, my friends over at the Music Academy really helped me out with the work I needed to enroll there. It'll be great to practice with them again. Between tomorrow's flea market and the chance to play with my old friends, I gotta make sure I'm up to snuff.
Hey, Machias. Working hard or hard?
I'll stop you right there. Of course I'm hard at work. Just look at the size of this book. If I can't internalize as much of it as possible while I'm here, I'm doomed to failure from the start.
And this is one of your new textbooks? Man, Heimdall's political academies don't mess around, do they? You'll be the youngest person there, right?
Most likely. I'd normally need to have graduated from Thor's with a bit more experience under my belt to have gotten in. There are a few Thor's grads there already, though. They take some every year. And as you might imagine, the recent political upheaval has the place swarming with applicants this year. The entrance exam was hard enough on its own, but that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Can't say I envy you. Still, I know you're going to be just fine. You're so smart that you can handle any subject they throw at you. Growing up with your dad should give you a leg up on the politics, too.
Yeah, no pressure there. Honestly, there are times when I think diving into things head first like this is a giant mistake.
What's wrong?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just... I know we're probably going to both be really busy with our own lives come spring. But let's make time to have lunch together once in a while or something, okay? Studying is all well and good, but even I need a change of pace every now and again.
I think that can be arranged. The train from here to Heimdall only takes a half hour. I don't see any reason why we wouldn't hang out sometimes.
Then it's a date.
Still amazed that I managed to get into the academy in the first place. I applied expecting to fail, to be honest. But getting in at all is a blessing, so I'm gonna have to work as hard as I can to make the most of it. Of course, I'm not the only one who'll be swamped next year. We'll also have to be careful not to burn ourselves out.
Are you finishing up your painting, guys?
Yeah, this is my last one. I want to make sure I'm completely satisfied with it before declaring it finished.
That's understandable. You're going to keep painting once you're back at home, though, right?
Well, I don't know how much time I'll have to set aside for it, but I intend to keep working on it, bit by bit. There's growing reason for concern in Calvert to the east of the Highlands. But all in all, things are more peaceful now than they were. I should be able to focus on painting my magnum opus.
Oh, is it going to be of Nord? If anyone can make a masterpiece of the Highlands, it'd be you.
That wouldn't be such a bad idea. But actually, I was intending to paint a picture of the Academy, its students, and the courageous.
You mean...
Now you're getting it. I want to capture the day we liberated the Academy. And once I've finished it, I fully intend to return to Erebonia with it in hand. What better way to forever memorialize this place as my second homeland?
Man, you really are amazing. Well, if you ever need reference materials, you know who to call. I can get pictures of anything you might need and send them over. I know you're talented, but that's a lot to paint off of just your memory.
I'd appreciate that.
So he's going back to Nord. I'll be taking this painting back home with me once I'm done. It'll be nice to have a tangible memento of my time at this academy. And I hope it'll give everyone back home the courage you need to keep going. Are they all gonna have like 2 lines, a pause, and then one final line? 'Cause that's what it seems like.
Something on your mind, Eustace?
For the first time in a long time, no. I'm just taking a short break. Looking over an endless sea of documents can be rather tiring on the eyes.
Oh, are those the tax reports you mentioned?
Ordinarily, this would be my father's work, but His Majesty has yet to decide his fate. Rufus hasn't so much as glanced in Berea Hard's direction since he took his new job in Crossbell either. As such, the task falls to me.
Man, I knew everyone in our class had it pretty rough right now. You've got it roughest, no contest.
If my ego had its way, I would boast that filling in for my father is a simple and mundane task. But on top of the paperwork, I'll need to manage the provincial army and oversee the province as a whole. Then there's the matter of keeping the most stubborn of the nobility in check. I don't...
The fact that you're already thinking 6 months ahead is pretty impressive as it is. Standing in for Duke Alberea like that must take some real confidence.
That much is obvious.
What is it?
It's nothing. In the days to come, more people will be relying on you than ever before. But no matter who does so or what they ask, do not lose your pride as a noble. Act independently, your head held high. Maintain your pride and your autonomy, and I'm sure you'll be fine.
Thanks. I promise I will.
I'll hold you to that.
My first 6 months back in Berea Hard will likely be entirely consumed by work. While I do have some trepidation about fulfilling my father's and brother's duties, I have no choice but to try. And a pause. I am a son of House Alberea after all. Yep, it's looking like I'm seeing a pattern here. Too late to be wandering out.
Oh, there you are. You look bored, Celine.
I guess I am. My work's done at this point. I feel like I aged a few decades as soon as the war came to an end.
Come on now.
Feels a bit strange to be saying it after the fact, but you fought pretty well over in Crossbell. You've really mastered piloting Valimar.
I'd like to think so anyway. I feel like I could pull off just about anything with him now. And to think, I couldn't do half as much with him when I was first starting out.
You do realize you just admitted you were totally useless, right?
I mean, he was.
I wonder if you're gonna be okay without us, you know? Valimar must have drawn the short straw to end up with a budding awakener like you.
Thanks for worrying about me all the time, Celine.
Excuse me, what makes you think I was worried about you?
Just about everything. From what I can tell, you've always worried about me. Back in the beginning, when I didn't know anything about piloting, you were always there to guide me through our battles.
Tsundere cat.
I doubt I would have ever come this far if you didn't have my back. So,
we've always known
thank
it,
you
but
for all of it.
yeah.
Why do you always have to be like this? There are parts of the legends passed down in the clan that not even Emma and I know about. But just bear this one thing in mind. Divine Knights have incredible power, and they can become devils just as easily as they can become gods.
Don't worry, I know. And I won't forget. Anyone in my position needs to know the difference between right and wrong. I'm well aware of that.
That's fine then. Anyway, good luck, I guess. If you really need it, I can always come and help out.
Not much more I can say other than keep on keeping on. If you ever need me, I'll be there to help you out. Well, that was not 2 and then a pause. Then 1 more. Hi, Sharon.
Oh, good evening, Master Reen. I thought you had already retired for the evening. How would you like for me to put together some supper?
I appreciate the offer, but I think I've eaten more than I should have as it is. Your cooking really is delicious, Sharon. I was starting to miss it after not having it for so long.
It was my pleasure to cook for all of you again, so I pulled out all the stops with this one. Seeing all of you happily indulging my handiwork always makes every second of preparation worth it. Is something the matter, Master Reen?
You can clearly tell I'm a little bit
I was
bored.
just thinking about how you haven't changed a bit. I'm not sure it's my place to ask, but is everything alright over at Ouroboros? I can't help but wonder after how things turned out. Vita seems really shocked.
I'm afraid I haven't a clue. No word of what's been happening in the society has reached my ears since then. I have no idea where the second Anguis is now. Nor do I know what happened regarding the Phantasmal Blaze plan after the Chancellor declared he was taking it over. And quite frankly, none of it is my concern. The answers won't change who I am, and it won't suddenly cause me to shift priorities. I am and always will be a proud maid of the Reinford family. Not because of the freedom we enforcers are granted, but because that is simply who I am. Much like how you being the Ashen Chevalier doesn't change how you are also a proud member of Class 7.
I suppose you're right.
And no matter what happens to you in the future, never lose sight of who you really are. It's almost time for me to return to Ruhr. But should you ever need me again, I will gladly rush to your side.
Thank you, Sharon. I'm glad you can stay here for a while longer.
No matter what may happen, never lose sight of who you really are. Please know that I will always support you, however, no matter how far apart life takes us. Again, only 2 lines without a pause. I guess it's only for the guys then? We got 6 more of these. Let's go.
Something on your mind, instructor?
You could say that. I've been mulling over how things are gonna be come next month, but all this soul searching's giving me a headache.
Well, it'll probably feel strange being back with the guild for the first time in 2 years.
So she is going to be a bracer
I bet
again.
they'll be glad
Okay.
to have you back. Things are probably going to be rough over there, even with you taking up the bracer life again.
No doubts there. I can already see plenty of traveling abroad in my future after what happened over in Crossbow. And I imagine it'll keep getting harder and harder for us bracers to operate here, too. What's with that sad puppy look? There's no reason for you to feel ashamed of what you've chosen to do. I'm proud to have a student like you who can stand up and make the tough choices life thrusts on us.
Thanks, instructor. I'll try to just grin and bear it for now.
Attaboy. Sticking it out through the hard times with a smile will put you on the fast track to becoming a great man. Just make sure you don't try to shoulder too much. All that'll do is turn you into a jaded grump. Everything in moderation, okay?
Thanks? What's this for?
Just a little something to keep you motivated. There's still a part of me that wants to drag you along with me and sign you up with the guild. But I think it's best to let you mature and decide what you want to do in life first. So go out there and grow up to be a real heartthrob. I'll be waiting, as promised. Hey, time out, lover boy. I'm pretty sure I told you that if you want to move up to the main course, you'll have to work for it.
Sorry, couldn't help myself. You think you can overlook it just this once? There may be days when remembering how I feel right now is what keeps the fire burning in me until we can meet again.
You're a sly one, Schwarzer. All right, I'll let you off this time. But no more freebies.
Okay. I'm sure curious about what kind of man you'll become in a couple of years. That's one of those questions only time will answer, but I'm looking forward to finding out. If you want a tip for your teacher, I'd start by being a little less clingy. Sorry. I do still have a lot I'd like your advice on it if you have the time though. Well, I'm sure I can find some free time in the evenings. Again, after the mandatory dialogue for selecting her as the bonding event person with these buttons. Nishi.
What's up, Milliam?
Oh, hey, Reen.
Same dialogue stuff.
It's nothing. I just feel kinda down.
So I'm guessing there's unique lines for every single person. There's a different one, which kind of sucks. Because if you want to see them all, then you have to do this how many times now?
Yeah. I was just thinking about how everyone was at dinner time. Sharon's food was really nice, and we all seemed like we were having a good time. But I don't know. It was weird, like we were all upset but didn't want to let it show. It's been bugging me.
Oh, so that's why. You really have grown so much these past few months. And not just mentally. I think you've gotten a little taller, too.
Maybe. About 2 rage or so? Judging by my specs, I'm not gonna get much taller than this, though. I'm Mini Milliam forever and ever. But you never know. Maybe I'll grow up to have boobies so big, I can use them as a shelf like Emma's.
Oh, haha.
Something wrong?
Nah, not really. So, you've got a new mission starting next month, right?
Yep, I've got to go see how things are over out west. Duke Cayenne's been arrested, but
Pepper,
it sounds like
sorry.
things are still
Missed that
pretty
one.
nuts over there.
Caught me by
Oh,
surprise.
but guess what? I might get to go out to Liberl and Rimaferia soon.
What is it with you and blabbing classified information? Well, whatever. Just promise me you'll take care of yourself. And be sure to keep in touch. I'll always be right there when you need me, okay?
Righto, I promise. That goes double for you, mister. If you need me to bust you out of a jam, just say the word.
I'm probably going to be really busy with all my intelligence division work once we're done here. But I'll never be too busy to help you out if you wind up in trouble. So there's no need for you to feel lonely, okay? Yep. 2 lines, pause, 1 line. It's a system. Ify.
Are those seeds you got there?
Yep, Adel gave them to me. They all came from the plants we grew in the gardening club. I'm just looking at what kinds there are here.
Really? That's really nice of her. It's kind of like you can take everything you've achieved over the past year with you.
Yeah. I wasn't even going to join a club until Adel found me relaxing and invited me. But I guess it wasn't so bad.
Don't you worry. I'll be sure to check on the gardening club every once in a while.
We still
just
don't
to
know
see
what
how things
number
are
we're at.
going.
It's hard to say.
It would be a shame if all the plants you've spent so long looking after were to wither and die.
It doesn't matter. Even if they do, they'll eventually bloom again somewhere else. Kind of like us.
When you put it that way, I suppose you're right. What's wrong?
Nothing. This one and this one should be okay too.
You give
What are
Reen a
these
handful
for?
of seeds.
They're the easiest ones to look after. You can try raising them if you want. Don't worry if they wilt or anything, though. When I've found the others from Zephyr, I'll come back and check if they're still blooming. If they are, you get a pat on the head.
Hey, I thought the head rubbing was my job, but I'll give it my best shot.
My time with Class 7's been really fun. The gardening club, too. I only ended up coming here because Sarah forced me, but I'm glad she did. I don't even want to picture what my life would be if I hadn't. Hi.
Feeling sad about leaving the lacrosse club behind?
Yeah, I was really into it by the end. I think it'll make for some wonderful memories to look back fondly on in the years to come.
I can imagine. Does that mean you're not going to keep up with lacrosse and Ruhr?
I don't think I'll be able to. As far as I'm aware, there aren't any local teams I could join. And even if there were, I doubt I'd have the time for sports. Just thinking about how busy I'll be makes my head spin. No, scratch that. Being busy is all the more reason I need to make time for exercise.
Yeah, good luck with that. Helping out with the Rhineford group sounds like a recipe for one all-nighter after another.
Not just yet, actually. I won't be helping until Grandfather shows me the ropes. As I am now, I doubt I'll be able to do much at all in the way of rebuilding the company. But you can bet I'll leave Mother speechless with how much progress I've made in a year's time.
I'm sure you can if you put your mind to it. And I know Sharon will always be willing to help you out if you need her.
She probably would, but then she'd just tell everything she did to Mother.
Elisa?
Oh, don't worry about it. I was just thinking about how blessed I am. I've got a wonderful family, a great club I'm part of, all of you as my classmates.
Oh, right. It took me a long time to realize the same thing, too. We really are one and the same.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Elisa.
she's crying.
It's nothing, honestly.
Getting emotional, huh?
I'm just feeling a bit emotional all of a sudden. I don't know what's gotten into me. Nothing's wrong, though. I promise.
But...
Still, let's both make the most of our free day tomorrow. It's the last one we'll ever have as a class. The last thing any of us want to do is end it with regrets.
yeah, agreed. Let's make it a day to remember for both of us.
Well, don't worry about me. I'm sure it'll be tough at first, but I'm going to try and make a real difference in the group. Besides, it'll give me a chance to show Mother up, so how could I refuse? I'm sure it goes without saying, but let's make the most of our free day tomorrow.
Emma? What are you doing?
Oh, hi there, Reen. Well, Dorothy and I decided that we're gonna put together one final collection of stories as a club. Since then, I've been working on a story for the students who will join the club next year.
Oh, that sounds neat. Wait, if Dorothy's involved...
The content is totally appropriate for children of all ages, I assure you. Admittedly, Dorothy's own story sounds like it'll have a few of her favorite literary elements, but all in moderation, she assured.
Not that I'm one to judge. What kind of story are you writing?
It's supposed to be a fairy tale. I can't pretend it's 100% original, though. I borrowed some elements from a story I heard as a child. It's going to star a golden unicorn and a pure-hearted maiden. Or at least, that's the plan.
Sounds interesting. Can I give it a read when you're done? I'll still be here next year, so if I see any first years who seem like they'd enjoy it, I'll recommend it to them.
I have to confess, I'm a little embarrassed to let anyone see it, but the whole point of a story is to be read.
Something wrong?
No, not at all. I'm sure you and Valimar will be just fine without my help now. Still, if you do need anything, don't hesitate to get in touch. It may take some time to contact me, though. You'll need to use a method that isn't exactly conventional.
Yeah, I could have guessed as much. I mean, I theoretically get how to use runes to communicate since you told me, but I have no idea how it actually works.
I'd be shocked if you did. It's pretty far removed from the orbital technology you're used to. It has its benefits, though. For one, you'll be able to reach me no matter where I might be. So don't ever hesitate to drop me a line if you need my assistance. I'd always be happy to hear from you.
All right, I'm sure I'll give you a ring. Or a rune, I guess. I hope you end up being able to find Vita, too.
Thank you.
No matter where my search for Vita takes me, I'll always be a member of Class 7. Even the Academy won't change that. So if you ever need my help, I'll do everything I can to be there for you. When my story is finished, I'll have to let you read it. That one was 3 lines and then a pause. Different. Not really. Pretty much the same.
What are you looking at, Laura?
It's you, Reen. I'll show you.
Oh, you and Monica got a picture taken together? You both look so happy in it, too.
That we do. Someone in the photography club kindly offered to take it for us.
Rex,
I thought
of
it would
course.
make a fine souvenir of my time at the academy to take away with me.
My mirror's on that being Rex. Oh well, it's a nice photo, and he got permission. For once. I never expected you and Monica would get so close.
Why is Chapter 6 in Cold Steel so freaking long? I won't be able to tell you. Why is the entire thing after the finale in Cold Steel 2 so freaking long?
Between her and Fee, you kind of have a knack for becoming the best of friends with the ones you bump heads with first.
Finale is supposed to be a finale.
Please don't say that.
Yet we're still here. 2 streams later.
I'm truly grateful to both of them for
And
broadening
an
my
hour and a half
horizons.
into this stream.
Meeting them enriched my life in ways I could have never pictured before. Truly, coming to this academy was one of the best decisions I've ever made.
I didn't realize we'd made such a big impact on you.
Thought Chapter 5 was the end, but no, the game trolled you.
Well, you did. And don't mind me, I'm just feeling a little emotional. This isn't like me at all now, is it? There's no harm in a few tears, I suppose.
I can never remember exactly how many chapters there
I
are.
can relax before my training, after all.
Well, you'll know which one's the finale because it's very, very clear.
Yeah. You're not gonna get much rest in with the training you've got lined up.
Like, it's pretty oh shit final dungeon when you see it.
I won't be learning the Arcade School's advanced techniques with training any less intense. I have no idea where we'll be conducting said training, but it will no doubt be as perilous as it will be dangerous.
Pretty cut and dry, huh? Yeah, you'll see. It's very it's very straightforward. Like, this is definitely a final dungeon.
I had to spend a month in the Isengard range as part of mine.
Also, the finale chapter is actually called the finale. I think there is technically an epilogue, but it's much, much shorter than this is.
I don't think a month's going to cut it with what you're doing, though. It goes way beyond your average techniques.
The best Master Quartz is the Megalith. Can't remember which one, but most of them are, honestly.
Indeed. I'm anticipating that it will take at least half a year, if not more.
All I remember is Angel is
Father's going to
is a
be
free
with me.
revive. Force
But
is
with things
Force
as
is strength.
difficult as they are, part of me feels
Falco,
guilty for
I
taking
believe,
up his time.
is speed. Those are really the only ones I actually remember. It regens HP, EP, and CP on the battlefield. On the field. That one's good. That's good.
I don't know about that. I think him agreeing to train with you shows how much faith
I
he
tend
has in your
to
potential.
I tend to just abuse Dragon Vein on my arts casters rather than giving the Megalith.
Besides, in a lot of ways, this might be the best time to do it.
As an arts caster, all they really need is just a crap ton of what you call it, EP. One that's also good though, the one that gives you HP and EP back for damaging things with crafts, or not crafts, with arts. That's a good one. You've used S crafts. Well then, yeah, that's good for you. S crafts are broken in both this game and the last game. More so broken in this game, though, I'd say.
That is very true.
What's wrong?
Nothing at all. Regardless, I'd love to come and visit you should the opportunity present itself. And if it does, I'd like to formally request a duel with you to test how much the two of us have grown.
Let's not kid ourselves. We both know who's going to win that duel. But your invitation is all the motivation I need to get plenty of training in myself. Can't have you beating me too badly.
The Millium wrecks everything with theirs. Milliam is strong in both games. Milliam's... she's good.
I hope you will.
She's one of the people that, in this game, you love abusing S-Grass with. Especially because it's global. Global is good. I don't have a single regret about attending this academy. No matter how hard the training before it may be, I'm sure I'll be able to pull through. Especially with the lessons I learned here guiding me through. Well, that's everybody. We were here for a good half hour. I wonder if I should just hang out in my room until it's time to go to bed. Yep. Go to sleep. It's a good idea. Guess I'll turn the radio on. Why would they voice his grunt, but not what he says right after that?
In finance, the annexation of Crossbell has seen shares in Erebonian companies increase at an exponential rate across the board. And despite the Rhineford Group announcing sweeping changes,
it sounds
to
like
its board
Maki is his voice actor.
its strong forecast for the next fiscal year is...
It's time for the start of a brand new program here on Radio Trista, coming at you promptly every Sunday. I call it Abend Time after the word for evening. Might be a little cliched, but sometimes simple is best, right? Clichés are clichés for a reason, after all.
In Trails of Cold Steel would know.
Anyway, my name is Misty, and I'll be your host.
Good old flashbacks. Wonder where Vita is now. Get the feeling she actually enjoyed doing Abend Time, but it's not like she could have ever kept going after all this. Huh? Wonder who that could be. Hello?
This is you, isn't it, Reen?
That Misty reveal in CS1? Oh yeah, that was fun. Is that, Elise? Elise?
Yes, it's me.
It's reverting back to the PS3 version of Cold Steel 2, where Reen doesn't have a voice.
You like this so late in the evening. I'm not bothering you, am I?
Oh no, not at all. I'm just not used to you calling me. Are you calling from school?
Yes, I wasn't going to, but Her Highness insisted. It'll take some getting used to, but it's nice to be able to hear your voice even when you're so far away.
I was pretty surprised when I heard your voice too. You weren't really one for phone calls back home either. It feels very actually doing these voices and it being actually
I didn't have any specific reason
like
for
talking
calling.
with the NPC.
It was just that
Makes it very
the letter you sent about your return from Crossbell arrived today.
Not a big fan of self-insert characters. Oh, that was fast. I only sent it a couple days ago. Sorry it even had to be a letter. I was really planning to go and pay you a visit, but it didn't work out.
Oh, please don't apologize. I know how busy you must be now. Believe me, I was just happy to hear you were back safe and sound. Your trip must have been exhausting.
Does a PC version not have additional lines in CS2 like 1 does? Oh no, CS2 has like the same thing where like they voice nearly every single line with Reen when everybody else has a speaking role. Well, for whatever reason here they did not do it. So you have Elise talking, and then Reen with whatever self-insert voice you decide to give them.
By the sound of things, you did an excellent job too.
I think it's just it's weird. Like I said, they voiced the grunt that he had in the beginning, and then every other line of dialogue here does not have it. Why though? It's really weird. Thanks. I didn't do all that much though, really. Half of what the Imperial Chronicle is reporting is massively overblown.
If you say so.
Something wrong?
No, not at all. Regardless, now that I've heard your voice, I feel a lot better. So
What
I'll leave you
voice?
to
He's not
enjoy the rest
speaking.
of your night now.
Like, there's a lot of irony in that sentence. Right. Night, Elise. I'll come and see you as soon as I can, okay?
Oh, there's no need for that. Good night, Reen. Sweet dreams.
Huh? He seems somehow odd. Well, she's probably just nervous talking on the phone. was kind of awkward for me when I started using one too. Tomorrow's going to be my final free day of the year. I guess I should do all my prep work for next week today. So I can make the most of it. March 13th. Free day. Check this out. I one-shot the Comrade S fight on Nightmare. No retries. I was kind of shocked. Oh yeah, S. No. So you one-shotted him with an S-craft? That's pretty good. Student Council task, March. We don't need this. I'm getting pretty good at riding my old bike. Good enough to pique my curiosity. I want to settle once and for all which of us is the better rider. There's only one way to do that. Yeah, I know, Scarlet. If you're up to the challenge, come find me in the engineering building. I know, it's in Guerrilla Fortress. It's pretty good, though. I had some issues with Scarlet, where basically the one way I did it was just I delayed literally everybody with Reed. That was fun. I know that she does that red sword instant death attack. Oh yeah, that'll one-shot you on Nightmare. You gotta make sure you have Adamantine Shield up, or else you die. Let's see, from Patrick. Ladies and gentlemen of Class 7, it is time to finally settle which of our classes is superior. Enter the Academy field fully equipped and prepared for defeat. Patrick. Junk wanted. A bunch of students are helping us put on a flea market. So I delayed her and the golems. I didn't have as much delay stacked up on Reen, so I didn't abuse that. I just delayed the hell of the robots. I had Reen just cleave through them with air slash over and over and over again. So then you pretty much if the golems ever wanted a turn, you'd have to give it to them, and you'd probably die from just AFKing while Scarlet finishes you off. Which is helping us out on the flea market, but we haven't got as much to sell at our stalls we'd like. Mind remedying that? Stop by my store and I'll give you the particulars. Please and thank you. Let's talk Trista. Michael, I plan on starting a brand new show here at Radio Trista, but I'm going to need your help to get the first broadcast just right. If you got time to make the radio history, meet me at Trista Radio Station. Angler Management. My brother and I are having a fishing battle, but I'm going to need your help to actually make it happen. So if you got the time, we'll be at the fishing spot in Trista. Kenneth. There's one from the radio station, a request for help with the flea market. And he refused to use Crow. For reasons. These all seem worth doing, and pretty fitting for the last free day of the year. He's also not very good, though. Despite the reasons with Crow, I feel like is not good. Or at least not as good as everybody else is. It's only about 9 in the morning, so I got plenty of time to work through everything. Let's get to work. About reporting quest. Our report quest speaking to one of the student union directive. Our report quest completed. Is this craft as good? But that's it. Is this craft as good as everybody else's? It's like they have the bonding thing there, but they didn't actually give us bonding points. Your classmates have already gone out for the day, so I do hope they enjoy their final free day here to its fullest, and that goes for you as well. I'll have an even grander dinner than yesterday waiting for you when you all finally come back. That's free day of the academic year, so be sure to make the most of what time you have. Now, Cher, she's 10,000% very good? Yes, she is. Lightning Charge is great. Because max out attack, speed, and give you insight. Just stack some evasion on her and you're good. I think it only is in the 2 prologues. Yeah. Not much you can do about that though, sadly. But hey, you got Cold Steel 2 to look forward to when she's a member of your main party for most of the game. Pretty sure nobody is here, but might as well check. Yep, no one's here. I don't recognize the music. Probably shouldn't head onto the highway right now. I'm heading off now. Have a good day, darling. Kiss. Thank you, dear. Take care of Kurt for me, okay? Will you? They're going to be like this even when they're old and gray, aren't they? Stoked about getting in the airship, though? Yeah, the traveling was probably the best part about Cold Steel 2. The map felt more open rather than being a very linear thing. It was like when the map opens up in Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky SC. There's like one part where you're tasked with going around the entire country. That's really fun. Tedious because there's no actual airship in that one, but fun. News really do catch us in the act a lot, don't they? But still, I'm starting to think I should pay her back for all the love she gives me with more than a bevy of smooches. Maybe I should look into getting some time off work so we can take a nice little family vacation. Gee, it sure is nice out today. It's a perfect day to get some laundry done. Which I will do. Inside. Goodbye. Hooray, Daddy's company wasn't hurt by the war, so he can go back to work. But I'm even happier the war didn't change him or Mom. Seeing them all lovey-dovey kinda calms me down. It always makes me happy to see Mom and Dad get all lovey-dovey. It means they're peaceful again. I get paired with Fee. Get paired with Fee, but trying since I got her with bonding points. I like Fee, she goes fast. Whoa, Lumber Blitz is making a comeback? Well, that's promising. Good to see you again, Mick. Back in the horse riding saddle again, I see. Don't get smart. But yeah, now that the racetrack's open again, I'm back in my element. I'm really glad I told you kids to go out there and get that war ended. I don't want to live in a world without the spring races. Look, I can tell you ain't happy about the whole hero thing. Just try and take it one step at a time. You can't exactly run away from being the Ashen Chevalier, so you might as well work on dealing with that burden. Yeah, you're right. Honor is a part of my life now, so it's time I start thinking about what that means for me. Good. Don't get that started just yet. It's your last free day of the year. You're not going to waste it worrying. Take the day off. I think I might, but maybe I'll start unwinding with a little bit of shopping. Take it easy, look around, have a good time. Our lineup hasn't exactly changed much, but there might be a curio or two that catches your eye. Hey! Achievement unlocked, Lending Library. Specialist of Crossbow's autonomy is no more. Was the Empire just taking it from us? So that's actually pretty cool. He snuck in a copy of the Crossbell Times. Well, let's see how things are going over in Crossbell. Let's see. Today on this 14th of January 2005, Henry Lectal, Provisional Mayor of Crossbell and acting representative of the state government, signed an agreement ceding ownership of Crossbell to the Erebonian Empire, bringing the Crossbell state's 70-year history to an abrupt end. Provisional Mayor McDowell was visibly shaken and teary-eyed as he emerged on the signing. When pressed for a comment, he simply said, "I have never felt such shame." Before exiting the room shortly afterward, Crossbell's Diet also proclaimed its dissolution, and Crossbellians far and wide could be seen offering silent praise and mourning for the country's autonomy. For its part, the Imperial government now vows to protect the safety of Crossbell's people and has established a new government which will govern the territory from here on. Wow, this is already a big shift from what the Imperial Chronicle is trying to say. Analysis: were Ereboni's actions justified? In light of recent news, this question is likely on the lips of every Crossbellian citizen. We at Crossbell Times are intent to chronicle the events that led us. Do you think CS3 will come out on PS4 and PC? It's been almost 6 months since it got released in JP. It's hard to say. It is really hard to say. But if I had to guess, I think a lot of people's guesses of 2019 are probably accurate, but who knows? They could surprise us, like when they announced Cold Steel 2 at one of the E3s. So we could get, who knows? It could be coming out later this year, and they just want to keep it a surprise because I'm sure they know everybody who's played Cold Steel 1 and Cold Steel 2 are really excited about Cold Steel 3. So who knows? We'll find out. We'll find out at E3. Maybe they have something tucked away. It'll be a really, really exciting surprise if they get it, though. Let's see. Let's continue reading Crossbell's alternate history. Let's see. In light of recent events, presently there's a Crossbell to crime events that let us hear and provide you, dear readers, with an answer. 1. Crossbell's actions. In October 1204, the then Mayor of Crossbell, Dieter Croy, illegally manipulated public opinion to gain support of for the establishment of the independent state of Crossbell. At the same time, in an attempt to force the other nations to recognize the legitimacy of this power play, the International Break of Crossbell froze all its international assets. 2. The Empire's response. The Erebonian Empire strongly condemned these actions, and insisting that Crossbell had long been Erebonian territory, mounted an armed invasion of the state. They culminated in Erebonia's attempt to fire upon Crossbell City with its railway guns. 3. Crossbell's reaction. President Dieter Croy took action using a newly developed weapon to prevent railway guns from damaging the city and destroy Guerrilla Fortress and also prevent them from being fired again. 8. Celine, she nags and whines more than Reen. Yeah, that's about right. She becomes more useful in Cold Steel 2, but yeah. Shortly after, President Croy's legitimacy was called into question. He was taken into custody by police, and his arrest brought chaos in Crossbell to an end. After taking up the mayoral seat on a provisional basis, Mayor McDowell revealed to the public the truth of what had occurred and said about rebuilding state government. At this point, however, the Erebonian Empire launched a second invasion, which ultimately led to the annexation of Crossbell. It cannot be denied that Crossbell's actions sparked the conflict with Erebonia, nor can it be questioned that our nation's forces attacked the Imperial Army. However, the Empire's response to these aggressions, including attempted firing of their railway guns, which could have taken the lives of countless innocent civilians, cannot be considered anything less than excessive. Furthermore, Crossbell took responsibility for the arrest of its former president, Dieter Croy, and as well as redacted its Declaration of Independence. While we freely admit our nation's wrongdoings, it is very hard to argue that the Erebonian Empire's invasion, occupation, and annexation of our nation was all justified. Doubtly so in the light of the nation's attempts to put things right. The Erebonian Empire. I love how CS1 puts obvious things in your face. Like Emma being a witch, yeah. I mean, her with the back clat was a huge tip-off. That and Restcraft name. Yeah. That was, They didn't try too hard. I feel like they tried to make it as obvious, but honestly, it's kind of confusing because you never see witches technically, aside from the closest being Luciola in Trails in the Sky. And Campanella, I guess. Let's see. The Erebonian Empire continues to insist Crossbell was its territory from the beginning, and that their occupation was merely to protect us from the Republic of Calvard. However, given the way things have unfolded, the explanation rings hollow to many Crossbellians. Just who owns Crossbell, and how should it be run? These questions we will have to ask ourselves anew in the days to come. Then should remain of Tangram Gate. Ever since the Republic of Calvard declared Crossbell's annexation by Erebonian ballot, Tangram Gate, situated on our eastern border, has been a hotbed of violence and political unrest. Calvardian attempts at invasion have been repeatedly stayed off by the Imperial Army's armored division stationed at the gate, but they show no signs of stopping. These large-scale battles have filled the hearts of the Crossbellian public with fear. A spokesman for the Imperial Army have urged people to remain calm. The army will vows to deploy its most powerful weapon, the Ashen Knight, alongside its panzer soldiers in order to bring the conflict to a swift and decisive end. Letter from the others. Under this wintry sky, on this icy January day, we have become citizens of the Imperial territory of Crossbell. It's not a change that's come out uncontested. It's one that's sure to cause arguments for years to come. How could it not? Our new government will change life as we know it significantly. While our nation may have lost its autonomy, as people we are unchanged. We are still people with free will, people who think and feel for themselves, people who can envision what we want our future to be. You also heard that CS3 was so vast and largely broken into two parts of their world via CS4. CS4 was already confirmed and leaked, and there was a leak for it. But yeah. It seems like they like making their games a little bit too big. No matter where the seat of power lies or who sits upon it, this is still our home. We'll keep thinking, keep feeling, keep dreaming of a better future, regardless of what lies in store for us. Crossbell Times editorial staff. I really like this Crossbell Times thing that they gave us. It shows that the new leader, Osborne, he has a stranglehold grip on the Imperial Chronicle. Hey, big games are good as long as they don't pull any A and cut content. Fun fact. They actually cut content from both Cold Steel 1 and Cold Steel 2. And some of the files are actually in the game, are in the games of files of Cold Steel 1. Like Ymir, Green's hometown, some of the locations are actually coded into the game. So it's like you could sort of walk around. But did they sell it as DLC later? No, they just had like a thing called like the drama CD, which I think was only in Japanese, but they've actually translated it. Oh, by the way, before you move on to Cold Steel 2, look up the Trails of Cold Steel drama CD 1, at least. Because the Trails of Cold Steel drama CD 1 has a has like an event that they mention a bunch of times in this game, but you never see it in Cold Steel 1, because they cut it. Sounds like Lord Rufus is doing a spectacular job over in Crossbell. From what I hear, he's already rebuilt the entire government. That's a even if I've ever heard one. His current position seems just right for him. He can really put his skills to work and do some good in the world. I can only hope he'll continue to guide this nation to greatness. Still got a chip on my shoulder about Crossbell, and the difference to Lord Rufus, I'm trying my hardest to move past it. I hear that he's doing a splendid job over there. He's even repelled the Republican army a few times. Long live the Empire! Hi, Andre. Little birdies whispered rumors in my ear that there's a small celebration taking place at the Academy. Why would you not think to inform me, your dearest bosom buddy, of this? I am deeply wounded. Since when are we even friends? Dearie me, you are the hero who ended the war, while I am the wandering purveyor of love who heals the scars that it left. Why don't the two of us form a team? I see someone's performances in Heimdall didn't go over too well. I shall go and avail myself to the celebration over at the Academy. You might want to come enjoy it yourself. I hear you've been rather busy. Yeah, a little bit. I don't think I have any business at the station. Or on this highway either. Yep. Well, the two things are in the Academy field and the engineering building, so let's just do the side quests then. Or at least start them. Our live broadcast of the Battle of Heimdall give us our highest ratings ever. We got loads of new listeners too. Not that the director's had much time to celebrate that. He's been really worried since Misty vanished on us. Knowing that she was a big part of the station's popularity, though, I don't exactly blame him. They worked really well together too, even if she did stress him out all the time. The director seems like he's finally started moving on from the station's Misty era. Probably helps that he's got that new show he's working on to keep his mind off things. Alright, what's your side quest about? Michael, good to see you again. Oh, you're here, great. It's really been a while, Reen. Last time I saw you, you weren't even famous. What do you say, want to give Radio Tristan an exclusive interview? I'll pass. Besides, at the end of the day, I'm just a student. I don't want to be made into some national hero. Nuts. Fair enough, I guess. That's not what you're here for, anyway. You're here to help me out with the new talk show I'm working on for Radio Trista. A new talk show? Finally replacing Abed in Time, huh? Gone before its time, truly. I still think of it as a success, though. So, I want to take what we learned there and put it all into a new show in the same vein, to establish the talk show genre. See, this new one's got a theme to it. Towns. We'll focus on a different town or city in every broadcast. We're gonna try to get to the heart of what makes each city we visit great, straight from the locals' mouths. Our first show is going to be a test case, and I'm going to need your help with it. Fine by me. Since you're asking me, I take it the first time to be covering is Trista? That's right, our own backyard. Also, this place got way more famous after the war. It's going to do wonders for our ratings. New shows live and die on those numbers. So do radio stations, actually. The battle in Heimdall gave us a bit of a boost, but our listenership isn't what it used to be. So now's our chance to win back their hearts and ears from those bastards at the Imperial Chronicle Radio. Should have seen that coming. Fortunately, we don't have anyone who can replace Misty, which doesn't exactly help matters. But even though we're not exactly ready to air just yet, I want to get a feel for how the show's gonna work as soon as I can. So basically, I want you to go around and get comments from the people of Trista about what makes this town great. Sound like something you can do for me? Yep, not a problem. But do you have any guidelines for me, or should I just go around asking everyone I see why they like this town? I sure do. Why don't we limit to 5 comments for now? And diversify a little. One from an elderly, one from a kid, from a worker. Given that we're kind of a school town, one from a student and one from a teacher should round things out nicely. Try to get a hard-working first year for the student comment and someone who won't mess with us for the teacher one. Got it. Sounds like a good mix of people. I'll see what I can do. Thanks. Let me know once you've got all the comments we need. Best of luck. Quest, let's talk Trista started. Big thing to show is towns. So I want you to go. You get the good spread of anyone from this child, an elderly, a worker, a student, and a teacher. When I say student, look for a hardworking first year. Teachers should have their head on straight too. Well, happy hunting. Yay. It looks like it doesn't... I don't think it matters which kid I talk to. It might. Hard to say. Let's see. He has no comment. Okay. So more than likely only certain people will have comments. Which is just fine. Makes things easier, actually. Well, if it is Mr. Hero, glad to have you back. Thanks, but can we drop the whole Mr. Hero thing? Sure, sorry about that. I've seen your name popped up in the Chronicle so many times I couldn't help myself. Well, Mr. Hero or not, I'm glad you're sticking around next year, even if your classmates aren't. It's gonna be sad not to have those red uniforms running around town anymore, I tell ya. Guessing you already heard about the flea market they're doing at the Academy? I'll be heading over there this afternoon to manage one of the stalls. She's excited about it too. I hope she really racks up some sales. Oh. Ollie's never really had the chance to be part of an event like this before, so I hope she has fun while she's out. Not that I want her to be gone longer. Because there's something I want to do while she's away. No, sir. Hi, Sarah. I'm gonna miss the drinks here when I'm back with the guild again. You know, there's always a chance I'll swing back on the Trista on business someday. Maybe then I'll finally get you to have a round of drinks with me. If I'm still poking around here by then, which means I haven't... If I'm still poking around here by then, it means I haven't graduated yet, which also means I'd still be too young. I never did get the chance to have drinks with a classy gentleman here. What have I been doing all last year? Guess what? I'm going to the flea market this afternoon. Oh, but not as a customer. I'll be looking after the stall that the merchants at Trista set up. I don't mind doing it one bit either. I wasn't able to go to the Academy Festival, so at least I get to join in the fun in some way this time. Well, I can hardly wait for this afternoon. I hope her stall does really well. Anyone upstairs? Up! Yep. I'm accompanying my father on a journey to repay his many debts. I would have liked to stay in a more spacious, upmarket hotel than this one, but I suppose I can forgive him this once. After all, this adventure of ours will allow me to find beautiful jewels, clothes, and accessories across the nation. Oh great. I think I should kick off our visit to Trista with some shopping. What exciting wonders are hiding out there, just waiting to be bought, or I can hardly wait to find out. Oh yeah, he's gonna get even farther into debt. This town is situated in the outskirts of Heimdall and is known for its connections to the royal family. It only behooves a noble such as myself to visit a destination like this at least once. Okay, I'll admit, I'm just here as part of my journey to write a travel book with my daughter to pay off my debts. This has gotten very famous after all the buzz from the war, so what better place could I begin from? As an Erebonian noble, you could say I'm something of an expert on this nation's culture. Writing a travel book would be easy. If I can make some money off something as simple as writing, this will truly be a dream job. Just you watch, I'll have a bestseller drafted up in no time flat. It's not that easy. Spoilers. Okay, old man. Got any comments on Trista? I do need a comment from an elderly person. Abbott's nothing if not elderly. He explained that he was collecting comments about what makes Trista great for a new radio show. Comments, you say? Got my fair share of those, hopefully. I can give you one that works. Fingers crossed. What makes Trista great to me? I'd say it's because this place has a unique sense of vitality. You can see it as a key points in school year like these too. Being able to share in the major milestones of all these young students' lives brings me a joy that couldn't be found elsewhere. That's an interesting perspective. I suppose it makes sense coming from an elderly person. I can hardly wait to meet the new students who will be here in just 2 weeks. Oh, I'm rambling now. Was that helpful? Absolutely. Thank you very much. Well, nice to hear. I do hope it ends up in that new show you mentioned. Oh, I look forward to that radio program being broadcast. Wouldn't it be nice if it was aired around the time all the new students arrived here in Trista? Well, no matter when it airs, I'll be sure to tune in. Next place. Oh boy. Margarita, I have put this off for long enough. Allow me this chance to be completely honest with you. I am afraid I cannot possibly enter into matrimony with you. But what of our engagement? What of our dream to have 10 children to carry on our family's legacies? I don't recall agreeing to either of those things. Still, I have a duty to fulfill. A duty I must take as a man of the Empire, a duty to support this nation. Which means I can't be focusing my attention on love and women right now. I do hope you can understand. He's entirely serious, too. As tragic as it is. If he's unable to get married to me right now because he has a duty to fulfill... Wait, right now? He did say right now, didn't he? That would mean... Oh boy. I never thought the day would come when a floral man would willingly hurt a lady. But I won't be able to focus on my post-graduation duties without bringing this adventure to an end once and for all. Forgive me, Margarita, but there are times when a man must wear the hat of villain for the sake of the greater good. Recently, my duties have largely consisted of keeping Master Vincent hidden away from Lady Margarita. This time I thought it best that they did encounter one another. I was consciently derelict in said duties. After all, Master Vincent is a noble gentleman. He needs to be able to solve these sorts of problems on his own. Though it seems today is the day he will, and the saga will meet its end. A shame too, I was rather enjoying it. I wonder what Vincent would think of that. Fabulous Lady Margarita and Master Vincent cross paths, so I dare not prevent their encounter. It does appear that he will be able to resolve the matter with her too. Shame, it was rather entertaining. Margarita asked me to help her catch the second year over there, so I did. Who would have thought all that intelligence division training would have actually come in handy someday? Now I'm just waiting to see what happens next. If he tries to escape, me and Lamb are gonna stop him by any means necessary. What adios his name? Look, just promise me you won't let her talk you into doing anything illegal, okay? Margarita asked me to help her catch that second year over there, and when you've got Milliam on your side, you get results. Can't wait to eat all the treats she promised me for catching him. Oh. I plan on starting up my own nature conservation society once I graduate. My dearest desire is to bring smiles to the faces of everyone in Erebonia by filling the country with flowers. I'm certain that doing so would bring so much good to the world that war would become a thing of the past. Flowers are wonderful. They're able to make people smile no matter where or even who they are. That's why I wanted to bloom all over the country. We're not even going to do a single battle in this stream, are we? We've been streaming for over 2 hours now. I'll be selling my most vibrant potted plants at the flea market today. Hopefully they'll be a happy reminder to everyone who sees them that spring is nearly upon us. The lino flowers have started blooming, which is a surefire sign that spring is on its way. I hope my plants will spread that happiness to the people at the market. The uniforms for this year's new students are finally ready. The Academy's recent popularity, this year's crop of students is bigger than ever, so I'm glad we got them done in time. It's only 2 weeks before I get to see people wearing them, but I can hardly wait. It's almost time for the new students to arrive and plan their brand new uniforms. I can hardly wait. Useless. I bet Teisel would give me a good comment for the child category. Green told Teisel he was collecting comments for what makes Trista great for the new radio show. He's got more respect for that noble Patrick. Which event did you get to? I'd really get my comment read on a new radio show. Well, in that case, I'll happily give you one. You wouldn't mind? Let's see here. The thing that makes Trista great is its pleasant, relaxing scenery. Spring. The Celestin event. That one. Yeah. I remember that being a very, good event. Did you win the game of chance? Or did you lose the game of chance? It's always much better if you win. Trust me. You also get bonus AP for winning. In spring you've got the lino flowers, in fall you have the falling leaves. Each season is beautiful in its own way. It's close to Heimdall too, so I think everyone should come and look if they get the chance. How did I do? Was that okay? First try, it was easy to follow, lol. I remember it being random. I'm pretty sure it's random. It's literally a 50-50 chance, so I think it's less that it was. I think it's probably less that it was easy to follow and more that yeah. Unless they modified it for whatever reason. Because for me, you couldn't tell which one was which. Even if you tried following it, it was pretty much random. I knew I was just gonna mess up somehow. No, that was perfect. Thank you for sharing. Well, if you say so. Yeah, 50% chance. Like, even the guide that I followed for 100% in Cold Steel 1 suggested you make a save, because it's random. You never know if you win. This scenery is beautiful year-round, but each scenery has its own charms. It's exactly like I like going out to clean early in the morning. It's like I'm getting to see it before anyone else. The morning the first lino flower started blooming was especially beautiful. This is a really lovely town, isn't it? The wind orchestra is going to be performing at the flea market today, so I'm going to bring Bridget a bite to eat. He's always here to cheer me on at the fencing club, so it's my turn to do the same. I mean, that's what any good boyfriend would do. Bridget's always there to cheer me on at the fencing club, so it's my turn to return the favor. This is the least a boyfriend could do. Howdy, Reen. You know, sometimes I feel bad about how much the shopkeepers ask of you. Sorry about that. Seriously, it's no sweat. I actually find it kind of fun. This is the last free day of the year, too, so I might as well make the most of it, right? Time sure flies, doesn't it? You really have been doing this for a whole year now. Still, this is no time to get all misty-eyed about thinking about the past. We got work to do. So let's get to it. Sounds good. Request said you need some help with your flea market stall, right? Something about not having as many items to sell as you were hoping for? Got it. The market itself is a joint effort between us merchants and some of the students. The whole thing's kind of being tossed around together on short notice, so people haven't had much time to donate items for our stall. That's a shame. After all the work that's gone into it, I'm sure everyone wants the flea market to be a big hit. You can't stay open very long if your stall doesn't have much to sell. Hit the nail right on the head there, Reen. So, what I want you to do is go around and see if you can find anything for us. If you can help us out one last time, of course. How can I say no to that? But, how many more items are we talking about here? Well, one more would be appreciated, but 2 more would be ideal. More than that, and you'd be my favorite person in Trista. It may not be easy to find anything, though. I mean, brief as the window was, we did already ask people to donate. I guess most of the people who just had stuff on hand to give us have already done so. I get you. So I'll have to sniff out items that got ignored for whatever reason, probably. I don't even know where to start. See what I can do, though. Thanks. Counting on you. Junk wanted. Okay. Need to try and find people who might have unwanted things that could sell at the market. Brandon says he only needs 2 more, but more is always good. We better get to looking. So I guess the point of the quest is just talk with everybody? What I want you to do is go around and see if you can find anything we could use to sell at a flea market stall. If you find more than 2 things, that'd be great. More than that, that'd be amazing. That's gonna be easy though, especially given they've already asked people to send them their stuff. Hey, if anyone can find anything out there, it's you. So give it the old college try. Might as well. Question is, will they be marked? Yep. Sharon's marked. Victor's marked. Oh no, not Sharon. It's something else. Isn't that Sarah's room? That's a lot of alcohol. Never got a good look at her room, but alcohol everywhere. What's up, finishing tonight? It doesn't look like it. There's like so much shit to do. Never thought it was possible for this room to get any messier. Until now. I mean, I know she's busy with getting all her work in order before she leaves. But would it really be that much extra effort to get rid of those bottles? Or at least stand them up? Oh yeah, this game never ends. Yeah, it doesn't. She said she's going to be getting ready to move out soon, too. Maybe I should go and remind her. What? Side quest? But I was already up here. That's confusing. I guess... I don't even know. Alright, Mick, got any odds and ends? Knowing this town has junk that can't get rid of, it's nicked. But you might know something we could donate for the flea market here. Some you need? You read my mind. We asked Mick if he had some items that could be sold at the flea market. Kid, I run a pawn shop. Why would I want to donate my stuff to a flea market for free when I could sell it to some sucker here? Raise a good point. And business is booming, I'll have you know. If you want something from me, you're gonna have to give me something in return. See, that's the beauty of capitalism. There's no way there isn't at least one thing he'll never be able to sell. Wonder if there's something I could do to cheer him up and make him feel a little more generous. Man, I can't wait for the spring races to start. We're gonna have to win big and kick this year off right. Oh good, more irresponsible gambling. Why am I not surprised? Still, that might be a good starting point. Maybe I could try and find out something horse-related to give him. Oh my god! Oh, a donation for the flea market? Well sure, I got just a thing. My ass! What, do you think I'd give you something for free like that? Want your back scratch? You better scratch mine. Okay. What brings you here? Finally built up the courage to ask me to treat you to a drink? Because you know I'd be happy to. When I tell you I'm too young to drink, do you just hear a bunch of static or is there some other problem? I'm here to tell you that you might want to start getting your room in order. You're going to regret it if you leave it till the last minute and end up panicking over getting everything done. Well, you know. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm sure it'll all work out. I know Sharon would be more than happy to help. Nope, anything but that. Fine. You win. I'll get right on it. But you're going to be helping me. This is all your idea. No problem. That was the plan. Much nicer. Whew, you're a real lifesaver. I didn't think that'd wear me out so much. I'll go toss the rest of the garbage out so you can stay in here and rest up. Blessed is the instructor who has capable students, for upon them shall be thrust the bulk of the work. Even if that's what you're thinking, do you actually have to say it right when I'm within earshot? This is a good chance to pick through all my stuff, though. I found quite a few things I'd like to pass down to you. Oh? I think it's a bit early to give them to you, though. So for the time being, why don't you just take these instead? I've read them already, and I'm already pushing my luggage to the limit as it is. Carnelia collection. Are you just dumping your old books on me and trying to play it off as generosity, or am I missing something? You wound me, Reen. With how well you know me, thanks for taking them off my hands. Give them a read, or don't, whatever you want. They're yours now. Some things never change, do they? Now I look at these, they seem like they might be worth selling at the flea market. I guess I found my first thing to sell then. I could take these over now, but I'm betting I could turn up more things in need of cheap selling than this. Do I actually have the Carnelia collection in my books? Honestly, I'm slightly disappointed that they didn't just copy it in here. I mean, they had all the dialogue from the other game. It's Control-C, Control-V, right? Alright, next up. Guess I'll head in the bookstore. We haven't gone in here yet. Use this. I hope you know that I intend on buying that political textbook you have in your hand. And here I was, ready to purchase it because I heard it could prove useful in running the Croissant province. This is the last copy. How should we go about resolving this problem? I have an idea. The Academy's chess clubs are facing off against each other again later today. You know, the upperclass students are looking for a helper for their team, so why don't we use that to settle this? Very well. I've been hoping for a rematch anyway. Oh, just kiss already. Here I thought the remainder of our time here will be free from competition. It seems to be our fate to clash whenever we're within earshot of one another. Very well. I'll be happy to prove my superiority once and for all. I must have done something to make Adios happy for her to give me a chance like this before I leave. I want the book, sure, but winning it is secondary to showing that arrogant windbag his proper place. I've been trying to find more things for us merchants to sell at our flea market stall, but it's surprisingly tough. There must be something out there, or I could just use these old textbooks I bought for Kay. No, I have to cling to the possibility they might use them one day. I can't let that hope die away like that. Kay's been showing more of an interest in Sunday school lately, so there's a real chance he might use those textbooks. But what can I sell at the market then? What do you even have? It's a lot of books. Pretty sure it's all the same stuff he had before. Alright, progress. It's a tradition for the photography club to collect the pictures we've taken over the past year into a yearbook. Once Rix and I finish taking photos today, we'll be able to finalize this year's. It'll be the perfect way to commemorate both my final free day and 2 amazing years I spent as a Thor student. Once Rix and I finish photos today, we'll be able to put the finishing touches on this year's yearbook. Here's hoping that his shots today are just as good as mine, if not better. It'll be of only grills.
This spot looks perfect for fishing.
Ah, hello, Masterine. I presume our request drew you to us. Toa in that outfit at her concert is so revealing. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's like completely out of character, and obviously it's because, of course, Angelica and Crow said, "Hey, why don't you wear this?" I'm surprised that Angelica's isn't more revealing, honestly. Ah, hello, Masterine. I presume our request drew you to us? We appreciate you taking the time to assist us. Might I ask you speak with Lady Annabelle for the particulars on? What you want? Hey, Kenneth. And Annabelle, too. It's good to see you again, Reen. You saw our request? Yeah, I saw it, yeah. You get the feeling Toa likes Reen more than friends, though? Well, of course, he's the protagonist. Who doesn't love, and I mean love, the protagonist? I saw it, yeah. I wasn't quite sure what it was actually requesting, though. Mind cleaning things up for me? Oh, I guess it makes sense since you've been away from Krista for so long. Where do I start? I'm sorry, this is really all my fault. Oh, come on, you know it's not true. My mother's just being a pain. Yep, still lost. Well, you know that Annabelle's supposed to marry my brother, right? Our parents set that one up. Now she's been getting harassed by her family about when she's going to tie the knot. I can imagine that's not a whole lot of fun for her. Is Alyssa still the main chick in CS2, or can you actually choose? Well, in CS1 it was a lot more ambiguous, but they kept trying to push Alyssa. And it's the same in Cold Steel 2. They keep trying to push Alyssa, but you can choose any of the girls or guys for your bonding events. Fun fact, the only bonding event that is voiced in this game is the final bonding event for Alyssa, if that says anything. If that says anything about how badly they want to push it. If I may be so bold to interject. Kenneth x Annabelle, I love this pair. Well, it's better than Kenneth's older brother, that's for sure. He's the jerk that shut down the Crossbells Fishing Guild and forced Lloyd to he forced Lloyd into challenging his subordinates to fishing duels. Kinda get why they want to push Alyssa, but yeah, it's pretty blatant. A little bit too much, yeah. This was the first game I was pushing for Fee to be with Reed. Fee's a much better character, I think that's why. Fee was my favorite female character. Honestly, Fee was probably my favorite character in the first game. She had a lot of, she had more character developed than most of the other ones. Annabelle was not even informed of this arrangement until after it had been decided and agreed upon. As one would expect, she was thoroughly shocked when she found out. She even went so far as to run away from home, which in turn had a stark effect on her once elegant personality. Emma, everyone makes jokes about their large bust. Even Milliam. Well, yeah. Anime. Well, I have been gone for nearly a year. I feel as though some of the fault rests on my shoulders as well. As such, should the engagement's cancellation become realizable, I'll do everything I can to make that happen. Wait, are you saying it's possible to call this off? It may be. Obviously, the first thing I did was ask my parents to call things off. They wouldn't listen. Your only response was, it wouldn't do to insult a man of the Empire for no good reason, whatever that means. So, with that escape route closed, I figured I'd try to go to the man himself and see if he'd call things off. My brother, charmer that he is, wasn't having any of that. He bits a similar line about nobles not going back on their promises, and that was that. I imagine his greatest concern is our respective family's social statuses. The head of the Lake Lord family is only a baron, while my father is a viscount. I get it. He's worrying that not going through with the wedding would be an insult to a family of higher status, huh? This kind of stuff makes upper class society a real pain sometimes. You're telling me. Marriages of status and convenience often take precedence over those of love among the nobility, that much is true. For my part, I wish for nothing more than Lady Annabelle's happiness, and this arrangement certainly isn't that. So with that in mind, I decided to talk to my brother one more time. Eventually, we managed to reach a very Lake Lord compromise. We'll settle this with a good old noble tradition, the fishing battle. Now I get it. Fishing battles is split into two parts, right? Obviously, the main event's between the two actual challengers, or captains in this case. But before that, their chosen vice captains face off, so that means it took you a while to get there. It's not Annabelle and Kenneth, it's Annabelle and Kenneth's older brother. It's an arranged marriage. It took you a while to get there, but you got it. As team captain, I'd like you to fish as my vice captain. I'd asked Annabelle to compete, but that seems kind of wrong. I don't know. Yeah, I figured as much. You guys both have done a lot for me, so I'd be happy to help. But do you really think I'm up for this? I mean, Annabelle's future's on the line. And I fished with you enough to quicken my boots when I hear the name Lake Lord. Sure, I caught you here as guardian, but I've been on the fishing game for a while now. I'm pretty rusty. Hey, I'm the last person you need to be humble around. I'm sure my brother's vice captain's gonna be a good fisherman, but I'm sure he won't have anything on you. I'm not gonna pressure you into doing it or anything, though. So if you want to pass, just pass. Still, what do you say? I will laugh hysterically if his partner is Lloyd, but I highly doubt that. Why not? Let's get fishing. I don't know if I'm up to snuff, but if you believe in me, maybe I've got this. Thank you so much. Yeah, my humblest thanks for doing this for Lady Annabelle. You've definitely got this. Together we're gonna save Annabelle from this wedding of hers. I know we will. I'm so grateful to the both of you for helping me out like this. Roughly 10 minutes passed. Eventually, Lake Lord III and his vice captain emerged and began making their way towards them. Oh yeah, he seems just as much of a douche as he does in Azure. Don't remember his buddy with the glasses though. Well, look who it is! It's been a while. You haven't changed a bit. Still lively as your bait, I see. How splendificent it is to meet you, and to speak with you again, Kenneth. Good to see you in high spirits, Narcissus. So, what do you say we dive right in? No sense in lollygagging? The spot will do, I suppose. Bishop Trista, rejoice, for I have returned to grace your waters with my line once more. So that's the heir of the Lake Lord family. Definitely seems a lot more noble than you do. No offense. But how's he already familiar with the fishing spots around here? Well, he is a Thor's grad. Oh, right. I guess if he loved fishing as much as you do, then he'd probably know the city from back to front. Lady Annabelle, how simply splendid it is to see you again. I hope that you will be suitably entertained by the spectacle that is about to unfold before you. Thanks. I'm sorry that my selfishness made you come all the way out here. Please, there's no need to apologize. This is entirely the fault of my foolish brother needlessly complicating things. I swear in my family's name that I will defend our marriage. There's no need to worry your pretty little head. Yeah. So, what the fuck is with this dude's way of talking? He, like, takes two similar words and mashes them together for no reason. What the hell? So, I surmise that you are Kenneth's vice captain. Who am I? I'm the Delight-tacular and I can't pronounce this dude's way of words. I am the Delight-tacular and styliferous gentleman, Narcissus, who you may know me by my alias, the Crazy Wave. Not only do I hail from the Imperial Fishing Club, led by Lake Lord III, I am one of its expediscent Elite Four. Allow me to offer you my most enthusiastic What the fuck is this word? Contrafibularities. On being chosen to face me today, may our battle be splendemptuous. I'll do my best too, I think. What a commendatorious attitude. Mark my words, young man, you will go far. Do they pay this guy by the word or something? Well, now that we've exchanged our greetings, I'll get right to explaining the rules. The goal of each part of the battle is the same: catching a designated fish. First, the vice captains will compete. The team whose vice captain catches their fish first will enjoy the advantage of starting the second round early. I see. Sounds like a fair battle format to me. Any skilled angler should be able to guide a capable vice captain after all. The outcome of this battle will determine the fate of your arranged marriage. Are you absolutely certain you want to proceed with this, Lady Annabelle? I am. I am prepared to accept the outcome no matter what it may be. If you're sure. In that case, we're going to fish like we've never fished before, and make sure you're happy. Oh, by the way, what fish will we be catching? Our vice captains will be attempting to catch a noble carp. I assume you were being rhetorical when you asked what we'd be catching. That giant swordtail is the only acceptable choice. Going after the big guy, huh? Most elusive fish in Trista? I heard the rumors myself. A huge 250 reg swordtail has survived decades of battles. If we caught him, we'd be able to stuff our faces for 2 whole weeks and still have some left over. Lady Annabelle, please. If you wouldn't mind acting a little more like a lady of the nobility, it would be very much appreciated at this delicate time. Now that's the Annabelle I know. Well, like you said, you're going to be catching a noble carp. You can use all the ground bait you like, but I don't know how much you have on you, so here, take some of mine. Thanks, these will really come in handy. You can leave the area before you catch your fish, but we'll be in trouble if they catch theirs first, so don't wander off. Nah, no sightseeing tours for me. So I guess we should get started. Good luck, Green. Be quietly and respectfully cheering you on. I see you've complimented your preparations. Well then, let the battles commence. May the best man win. Vice captains, assume your positions. And begin! Okay. Round 1. Vice captain battle. Control arena, catch a noble carp. I don't know how to catch it. Good thing I have like a crap ton of ground bait, right?
Now that's a catch.
Let's see. So I can start fishing immediately. So fishing, noble carp, what did I catch it with anyway? Oh, I probably caught it with the actual, like, the Lake Lord Star thing. I'll just make a save. Here. Okay, let's see if we can get lucky. I bet we're gonna be here for a while.
Now that's a catch.
Oh shit! We got it!
Whoa! This is a big one.
I did it! I got one! Preposterable! Has someone finally conquered the crazy wave? The winner of the Vice Captain battle is Master Reen. Most impressive. You chose your second well, it seems. Well, Thor's has some pretty big fish nowadays, so I figured I'd show you a little school spirit, you know? Did you now? I presume you mean to imply that your angling abilities now surpass my own? We'll find out soon enough, won't we? That we shall. Nice to know I didn't let our side down, at least. Not a chance with fishing like that. Made that look like shooting fish in a barrel. It's a little extreme, don't you think? Narcissus is obviously really good at this. I'm sure he'll catch his in a minute. Magnifurious! The embodiment of piscine beauty has come to me at last. Narcissus caught his fish 3 minutes after your vice captain caught his, which means you get a 3-minute head start, Kenneth. Sounds good. I'll get started. Hey, if you don't mind me asking, why do you care about this marriage so much in the first place? I thought you didn't care about anything other than fishing. Maybe when you finally mature, you'll understand. That's helpful. Look, I'm not about to tell you how to live your life. But I'm also not going to let you ruin someone else's either. Kenneth. Oh my. I would ask you to refrain from such talk during a sacred battle such as this. It is also the only thing that mattered here. I hope you haven't forgotten that. My bad. Sorry. Time for me to go land Annabelle a big one. Hey, lady? Something wrong? Not really. It's just that he never seemed to have a care in the world, and yet all this time he was thinking about me. Meanwhile, I was only ever thinking about myself. I haven't been showing him the respect he deserves. To him, this battle is a serious affair. He's fighting with everything he has, but me? To me, it was just some tedious ordeal that I just wanted to have behind me as soon as I could. I'm so ashamed. It's nonsense, my lady. I understand how you feel. Save your apologies for later. Right now, he's over there fighting for what he believes in. Fighting for you. Right. I'll leave everything to you, Kenneth. I can't believe in you, right? Your 3 minutes are up. It's time for me to finish this, Kenneth. Round 2, Captain Battle. Control Kenneth and catch a giant swordtail. Oh, really? Okay. Got it. Yeah, 0 points. That should wrap things up here. The victor is decided. You did it, Kenneth. Well done, Kenneth. Preposterous twaddlecock. This can't be happening. It can and it did. I gave our bout my all and I was still defeated. I have no qualms with accepting the outcome. But... I cannot apologize enough for betraying your trust, Lady Annabelle. However, I believe I have no other choice. I have to request that our engagement be called off. Oh? Are you sure? You seemed dead set on going ahead with it before. Duels such as these put the very honor of the nobility on the line. The result has been determined and I must follow it. I'm having a weird sense of deja vu right now for some reason. Besides, I believe there is a man far more worthy of your hand than me. Nara says, we're leaving. Very well. Then we shall make our exgressiture. I bid you all a good day. But boy, wait. I just wanted to say that I had fun fishing with you again today. But are you sure you're okay with this? How would I not be? I gave it my all. I leave satisfied. And you say I haven't changed. But what's the plan now? I'm guessing Dad's not going to be too happy about all this. I intend to return to Crossbell and continue my training there. There's a lady there awaiting my return, after all. Oh? Is there now? I wonder if that's who I think it is. Well, give my regards to Kaguya, will ya? On a related note, you would do well to pay more attention to the world around you. If you don't do something about that personality of yours, Annabelle will... No, I suppose it's not my place to say. Regardless, stay diligent in your training. The matter of the wedding may be settled, but our own personal battle rages on. Sure, I'm down to fish anytime. You really are a sly one. I wasn't sure what to make of him at first, but your brother's actually a pretty nice guy, to be honest. Of course, he's my brother after all. Yeah, he's a little stubborn sometimes, but deep down he's got a heart as big as the ocean. I almost find myself regretting that the marriage was not meant to be. He seemed a rather worthy partner. Yeah, I don't think that's for us to decide, but at least he gets to now. Yeah, good news, right, Annabelle? Well, I mean, Kenneth is very charming, but I mean... Annabelle? Yes, what is it? I just wanted to say that I'm excited that we can go back to spending our days fishing together. Oh, yes, I am as well. My lady, forgive me for assuming, but have you set your eyes on Ken? Absolutely not. Well, when our deal's over. It looks like it led straight into another one. Yay. 10 ground bait as a reward. Thanks for the hand today. I really do appreciate it. At least my brother's not a sore loser or anything. I guess I have things work out that well. I'm just glad I didn't let the team down. Still what? Never mind. His brother has him pegged pretty well. Everything worked out and Annabelle's finally a free woman. I wonder if she'd be down for fishing together for a while to celebrate. She might be free, but she's still got a long road ahead of her when it comes to him. Regardless, it's a pleasure to see that this entire affair has been resolved. I know that I've caused trouble for a lot of people through it all, but it seems as though it all paid off in the end. I now devote myself to ensuring that everyone's goodwill isn't wasted on me. Allow me to thank you as well, Reen. Perhaps we'll have the chance to fish together one day. I hope so. Thank you ever so much for your help today, Reen. Be sure to thank Kenneth again, too. You must be mistaken. I simply don't see Kenneth in that way. My lady, the Lakelet family is a most distinguished one, especially considering that its head is merely a baron. Surely you must be open to considering the possibility. That's not the issue here. And please stop talking about him when he's right here. It's very rude. Thank you so much for what you did today, Master Reen. It's the happiest I've seen Lady Annabelle in quite some time. Perhaps spring has finally come to her life at last. I can hear you, Kerrigan. Silence! Alright, now that that's resolved...
I could probably fish here.
No, Reen, we're not fishing. My husband's always busy this time of year. Things are worse than ever now with everything happening over in Crossbell. The least I can do is make sure he can come home to a wonderful meal and a relaxing home. Husband's busy all the time lately. But that just means I need to support him and make sure he can relax the moment he comes home. Still studying. It's hard to believe that we're 2 weeks into March already. It'll be sad to see Klein leave once he graduates, but I do still have one final lesson to look forward to. I'll have to make sure that it's a good one when the time comes. More pressingly, I'm going to Sunday school today. Those classes are generally far too easy for me, but it'll be a good chance to refresh myself on my weaker subjects. You're never gonna replace me as the King of Blade 2 like that. You got a long way to go, kid. Seriously, how'd you get so good so fast? At least try to hold back and give me a chance. When you defeat me that fast, it's worked for the both of us. We didn't get our Blade 2 decks until after the end of the war. We really haven't had them for that long. But Kid's already gotten really good. It's like games are his only talent. Sounds familiar. It took me a while, but I'm finally a master at Blade 2. The original still got its charms though. I mean, Crow gave me my deck, so it's always going to be special to me. Never going to let that go either. Too many happy memories of the two of us just playing together to throw it out. Into the church! I'm trying to get ready for this afternoon Sunday school classes right now. Rosine will be leading one of the classes today too. I'm sure the children will be very happy to have her as a teacher. Rosine's going to be helping with Sunday school today. I'm sure she'll be just as good as a future teacher as she is a future sister. I can't wait to watch her work. Now that the war is over, peace is slowly starting to return to the Empire. That's a good thing, of course, but what? Oh, nothing specific. I'm just a little nervous, that's all. It feels as if the war's end was just the beginning of something else. Something that will affect this entire continent. What kind of something? Sorry, I didn't mean to worry you. Please, just don't worry about it. After all, today is a day for celebration. We shouldn't be occupying our thoughts with things like that. Please don't pay me any mind. I'm sorry I've worried you. Today is a very important day for us. There's no time for gloomy feelings. We're now halfway through March, which means that graduation is fast approaching. Spring may be a season of farewells, but do remember that it's also one of new beginnings. Still, with all the trials you've overcome together in the past year, I can't imagine your futures will be anything but blessed. Graduating may be part of you for a time, but I'm certain that you will meet again. As is the goddess wills it, though I will pray that each one of you receives her blessing individually as well. Have you heard the rumors about Radio Trista starting a brand new show soon? Ooh, can hardly wait to see what show it is. Wonder who the host of this supposed new show is going to be. Can't imagine they get anyone on the same level as Misty, but hopefully they'll get someone who's not too far below her. There's no reason for me to go upstairs. Unsurprising. Colette ran off to the flea market earlier, raving about all the exciting things that she might find there. Maybe I'll have to check it out for myself a little later. Morning, Klein. How's your time with the Imperial Army? Super informative, actually. Now, not that I could tell you much about it, since most of what they show me is classified. Yeah, I figured. Must be tough to be in the army and have to keep your mouth shut all the time. Even though I'm happy I went, it's kinda nice to be away from all that. Speaking of, why don't we hop in the pool for a bit? It's not a practice day, but I can still get the keys enough. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Let's do it. Speaking of helping our families, I think my trip out west to see mine is long overdue. We made it through the war just fine, but the fighting did leave the West in quite a state. Now that I've decided on joining the military, I should hopefully have some time to help my mom out a bit. Still, it's a little early to kick back and relax just yet. There's going to be a lot of stuff to think about from here on. I won't let his sacrifice be wasted. I plan on working with the student council next year too. We don't have Toa to help us, so we're going to have to work extra hard to keep things running the way she wants them. Oh yeah, because she's leaving. I have 50 Mira on Toa making Marine the new student council president. Lon works here in Trista, obviously. Maybe she'll give me a comment on Michael's new radio show. Marine told Lon he was collecting comments on what makes Trista great for a new radio show. Really? That's an interesting idea. I don't know how useful my opinion will be, but if you want me to, I'm happy to throw my 2 Mira in. By all means. What makes Trista great to me? I'd have to say it's because we're a town with pride. No matter how many times the people here fall, they always get back up and keep moving forward. They don't let anything stop them from achieving their dreams and keep working hard until they're realized. Everyone has a deep sense of personal pride, and it makes me proud to be able to support people like that. I'm sure next year will pose a number of new challenges, but I can say with confidence that we will prevail. I couldn't agree more. Thank you for the comment. Oh, not at all. I hope we can use it. I wonder what the next academic year will bring. I'm sure it will be an eventful one. This year sure was. Maybe even too eventful. Still, I look forward to overcoming the many trials it will surely pose along the many returning students. What? Oh. It's hard to believe that the second-year students will soon be leaving us. It wasn't always easy, but I generally enjoyed being able to serve them. Okay, so I missed, like, one line of dialogue that gave her another entry in. What?! I don't think there's anything for me to do this way. I don't even remember being able to go to the second floor. Even to the top of the stairs here. I hope Patrick is able to make the most of all of his recent training. As do I. He's been practicing lane to the night every single day. It would be a shame not to see that bear fruit. Still, it's unbecoming for us to be idling here while he puts on such an exhausting effort. We should return to our rooms and study. Wise decision. I'm also considering joining a club next year instead of lounging around in the salon. Oh, it's you, Schwarzer. What sort of business do you have here? Patrick asked you to meet in the academy field, did he not? So go do so. Patrick really has changed over the past year. We need to look to him as an inspiration and continue to mature as well. Let's return to our rooms and study. Yay! We're done with this part of the town. You know, the janitor might know where I could find something for the flea market. Might have donated everything he had already, but there's no harm in asking. We can ask Skylar if he had anything that could be sold at the flea market. Oh, you're looking for items for the market too, are you? Right, I already donated everything I had to give. Sorry about that. No worries, I figured as much. Becky and Yu-Yo as worked up as they are, I'd be shocked if they hadn't asked him a long time ago. But even the amount of items, it doesn't mean amount of ideas. There was some student who asked me to collect something they didn't need just a while ago. He told me it was pretty hefty though, so I haven't gone and done it yet. But who knows, maybe it's something you can sell at the flea market. Really? Yeah, that could definitely be worth looking into. Who was it? I don't remember the name. All I remember is that they were second year. They also told me that they wanted me to pick up was the result of hours and hours of club work, so that might help. Okay. So I'm on the lookout for a second year who's really dedicated to their club. Sure, I can do that. Thanks for the tip, Skylar. I don't know. I just wish I could have been more helpful. So a second year that's really dedicated to their club. Shit! Well, my first guess would be Toa, but it seems to not be Toa. I may just have to ask around. Probably guess in the main building. Clara, maybe? There's a flea market going on in the auditorium right now! Why didn't anyone tell me about this? This is so up my alley I can hardly cope. He was talking it up to anyone who would listen. How did you miss all that? Wait, I forgot. It's because you don't listen. Market! It's like half open. Welcome, welcome. Feel free to take a look at any of our wares. And if you happen to catch us in a slower moment, I'd even be happy to let you haggle our prices down a bit too. Right along there. Nothing new. Running your own store really does feel good. Construction over at Keldek was finally finished up a wee bit ago. People started opening their stores back up at the Grand Market too. Yeah, that's what I heard too. Apparently donations came in from all over the country, from His Majesty. Hey, not to mention all the other help we cannot thank everyone enough, really. we have to take this chance to enjoy ourselves as much as we can for Otto's sake. We constructed our Celtic finally finished up a wee bit ago, so yeah, can I let them all show me up? I'll take this chance to flex my merchant muscles. Door placement. Oh, you do have some stuff that I haven't been able to buy yet. Interesting stuff. Okay, so just selling this stuff. Bam! Out of money. Wait. Not quite out of money now. Believe it or not, we're holding this market of ours for charity. All proceeds will be donated through our company to areas of the Empire that need help recovering from the war. Doesn't that make you want to spend all your money? Go on, indulge a little. For charity, man! For charity! And doesn't that just tug at your heart? Hopefully your purse strings. Tricorn. Holy symbol. Okay, so he's just selling the really valuable stuff in this market. And the tricorn hat. So much money that I don't have. Everything being sold here was gathered from around Trista. Take a look around, I'm sure you'll find something that might be useful. Ooh-wee! Entire Gambler Jack collection. Neat! Things are actually pretty lively around here. And where there's life, there's shopping to be done. Maybe I'll even find some useful stuff for when I become a second year. You never know. And that reminds me, I got a big pile of clothes I don't wear anymore. I wish I brought them. This would have been the perfect place to get some cash for them, too. The students really have put a lot of effort into this. Just look at all the things being sold. This is just the kind of event I've been waiting for. It's time to truly unleash my inner shopaholic. But where should I start? I can hardly even decide. I love shopping, whatever the season, of course. But spring in particular is when I feel like a primal urge. That was weird. I feel like I heard something. Probably just hallucinating. William one-shot share into practical exam on Nightmare. Nice. Just look at all these interesting things. We're gonna have a field day here. Okay, time to see if the stalls are selling lascivious literature. Purely for artistic reasons, of course. I know that's you, Vivi. Please stop trying to ruin your sister's life. Blast. I knew I should have known you'd see through my cunning disguise. After all the passionate, sweaty nights we spent together aboard the Courageous, you do know every reg of my body after all. Please stop trying to ruin my life too. Give her level 5 Brave Master Course and Domination, just S-Craft. Boom, dead Sarah. Yeah, that'll do it. And then eventually, in this game, you get to stack even more attack on people. And also things like Waterfall. Over in our dorm, all the graduating second years pulled together their unneeded belongings to sell today. I'm betting there has to be a thing or two you'd find pretty handy to have around during your second year. You even have. Okay. They sell cool stuff here. I should probably just get rid of some junk and actually buy stuff. I don't need any of this, so sell most of it. There you go, now I actually have money to buy some of these items. I don't know where to even get these. Whoops. I already had one of those. Alright. Let's head on stage. Oh, hey! Alright. Vast majority of the prep work for this afternoon's concert is in the bag. We're going to be playing a violin concerto, which should really let us shine. Let's give it a whirl, Elliot. You got it. I don't want to have any regrets when it's all said and done, and I know no one else does either. Not too long before our concert starts. This will be my last performance ever here at Thor's, so I want to give everyone something to always think about. Elliot will be leaving the academy and I'll be graduating, so this is our last chance to perform at Thor's like this. I really want to make sure it's a show to remember, both for us and all the people who listen. I'm tuning the piano right now, but I should be done in just a few. Have you taken the time to explore the flea market yet? It seems pretty nice. Maybe Al and I will have the chance to make a date out of it after the performance. It seems to be going well. Maybe I'll have to take a look around with Alan later. Alright, we checked the flea market out. We're good on that. Let's head to the gym then. We'll ignore whatever's happening over there. Let's get started. Loser has to buy everyone one of those limited edition puddings. Agreed? Agreed. So don't expect me to hold back. They would spend their time like this. They only make 20 a day, and they're a hot new item for spring, so they won't be easy to buy. That's not my problem, because I'm gonna win. Three of us will be going to the cafe once we're done here. I suppose we better try to work up an appetite, shouldn't we? Hello. I still need a student comment from Michael. You know, Monica's a hardworking first year. I'm sure a comment would be great. This game tries to make me scrub. You have to. You have no choice in the matter. Green told Monica about Michael's new radio show and his request. Me? Give a comment for a radio show? That's fine. If you think I'm up for it, I'd be happy to help, or at least try. No pressure. Just give me your honest opinion. That's all I need. Well then, the best thing about Trista to me is how it's full of wonderful people. You got second years who inspire you, friends and classmates who are just fun to be around. Roar feels like I'll mention the sport the whole time. Don't worry, I did the same exact thing. Never really bothered with them because I like everybody else's skills better. And they also have better stats. the outside of the academy. The townsfolk are always there to support me whenever I'm feeling blue. I feel like having all these great people around me allowed me to grow into the person I am today. I couldn't be happier that I chose to attend this academy and live in Trista. You and I are in the same boat there. It's been an amazing year. It really has. I can't deny that I'm sad to see Laura leave, but I'll try and make next year even more fruitful than this one. Besides, it'll take more than her leaving the academy to put an end to a friendship like ours anyway. That's for sure. Thanks for your comment, Monica. Millimeter's power hitters in Group B. So you just put it on your next strongest power hitter. Done. It can break literally anybody, except for probably Elliot and Emma. If he's less of a power hitter and more of you hit him so many times, it doesn't even matter. Which I guess is the equivalent of being a power hitter. Hit him once for 3 times damage, or hit him 3 times as fast. If he hits 3 times as fast. Hopefully he can actually use it. I'm sad about Laura leaving, but I want to make sure that my year without her is just as fruitful as my year with her. Besides, it'll take more than her leaving Thor's to stop us from being friends. You've yet to see Oimakius is broken, you just don't see it at all. His one thing. Burst drive. That's the only thing that makes him broken. Basically, you use it and it makes everybody able to act immediately. So, especially in this game, there's a certain section where you're able to play as Claire, the RMP officer. What level is Burst Drive? I don't know. You'd have to look that up. I don't know all the specifics. But I'm pretty sure it's not super far into the game. Oh, hello. By the way, I'm not Vivi, just Lynn. Vivi asked me to take care of the flowers here while she checked out the flea market. This is the girl who will be in charge of the club from next month on. Really inspires a lot of confidence. Ah, my eye. Honestly, deep down, I do realize I'm just enabling her by letting her switch places with me. I really do. Maybe I am too soft on her. Oh, did you realize that just now? Vivi is so lewd. Yeah. Classic prankster. It just so happens that lewd pranks are her favorite. Unsurprisingly, he doesn't have anything new. Oh well. It's almost time for the spring races to begin over in Heimdall. Krona, you always used to bet on what order the horses are gonna come in. I need to stop dwelling on him, damn it. What's good getting all down gonna do? You wouldn't want me to. You want me to laugh about all the good times and get on with enjoying life. Students here are all like my children to me. Upper class or lower class, first year or second year, none of that makes any difference. Hard to believe that this is the final free day of the year. I'll have to treat you to a nice little something, won't I? Final free day of the year, so why not order something here? Pretty sure it throws something extra on me. Oh really? Give me my extra stuff. Now. I bought it. I earned it. I promised it. You don't just go back and promise. You sure you want to come with me on a journey to improve my skills? I thought you were going to join the Imperial Army. What happened? Say that like I just volunteered. You did invite me. Worried about me wanting to join the army, but it's not like I've got some big fancy reason. I just want to. And that's not gonna cut it. How am I supposed to set an example if I joined for such a half-hearted reason? I figure if I'm in with you, I can find one. Something I can aspire to. Something that'll help guide me on my way up the ranks. You've really grown up. Well, looks like you'll be stuck by my side a little longer, my vice captain. Rather surprised you decided to come with me instead of joining the military like you planned. My main reason for this journey was to see how far my short swordsmanship could take me. Perhaps there's more to life than swordsmanship alone. Honestly, I'm probably just prolonging the inevitable here. But maybe staying with her will help me find a good reason to join the army. Or even a good reason to do something else. Either way, I've only got one last thing I want to do before I graduate. How to get on that. One last thing, huh? Our club's not going to meet anymore this year after today. I'm going to have to say my thanks to all the second years that are graduating for everything they've done. Huh, really? That's a shame. Of course, I never joined any club, so I'm just going to take it easy today, too. Every year, the graduates leave this academy with a smile on their faces. A lot's changed over the years, but that's one thing that's never been any different no matter how many years go by. I hope none of you will end up becoming the exception. Thank you, Mr. Shelf! Every year, the smile on the face, I hope none of you will end up becoming the exception. That Shelf was very nice. Good conversationalist. Oh hey, Barrel's back. After I graduate, I'll be joining the Computer and Network Technology Division of the Imperial Army. Sure, the Chancellor's Intelligence Division is more famous for handling information, but I wanted a different angle on things. I think it's a career path that'll let me make use of the things I learned both at this club and at the Institute of Roar. One thing's for sure though, I'm really excited to start working there. Bring on the future! The two chess clubs will have their final phase-off in just a short while, which means this is one match Makis and I can't afford to lose. How's it going? Huh, haven't seen you in a while. Didn't you already disband the infamous Occult Research Society? Let's just say it was taking a little break. One that was quickly cancelled after my crystal ball showed me an especially interesting reading. Do I even want to ask? I saw something I saw something... We found another spelling error. I saw something writhing. You're missing an H. Deep within the abyss. And the spiral of fate drawing in even space and time. Oh, the things we have to look forward to. Glad she's entertained at least, because nearly everything she tells me flies right over my head. As of today, the Occult Research Society is officially recommenced. You're curious about where I went during our break, aren't you? Not in the least. When you read everything out loud, you really do notice all the spelling mistakes. You get the little present I left at your door? A brand new stack of requests. Joking aside, I really do appreciate how you always help me with these. It's been a rough year for the both of us, but you really make it easier on me, so thanks. The feeling's mutual. Well, one way or another, it's nice to know that my last day as president won't be a taxing one. So if there's anything you need from me, just ask. I'll be happy to treat you to some tea a little later too. I handed most of my work off to next year's student council yesterday, so I've got a few more simple tasks to finish up. I shouldn't be too swamped today, so if there's anything you need, just ask me. I'd be happy to make you some tea too. Let's report a request. We made some headway, tell me about it. Yay, 1 AP.
Well done!
We hit 300. That 1 AP. I feel like I saw a shine like on the bookshelf, but it must have been my imagination. Alright, to the library then. Just fast travel there. Nothing's gonna change Dorothy or Thomas, is it? I wish it'd be a bit quieter since this is a library, but I suppose it's time to say goodbye to that beautiful dream. Well, I can let it slide for today. Today's a day of celebration, after all. Actually, from what I heard, Dorothy sent in a story to a magazine. Wonder how that went. It'd be nice if a famous novelist were to come from this very academy one day, wouldn't it? I swear to God, if one of the book series we read is written by Dorothy. Our predecessor certainly wrote some interesting things, that's for sure. Seems like some of them may have shared certain affinities of mine, in fact. Well, adios, this isn't good. I'm getting so lightheaded that the words are all starting to blur together. Alright, let's take some of these back to the club room to use as a reference. Here's hoping I don't get any drool on them on the way there. Okay. Dorothy and I are here to do a little research for the short story anthology we're working on. The librarian was kind enough to get the anthologies put together by previous graduates out of storage for us. They're also wonderful too. I hope we'll get to write something this warm and sweet someday. The stories are all written by previous stores alumni were also wonderful. We'll be able to write at their level someday. How's everything going in Class 7? It's not like there are going to be a lot of changes made to the Academy curriculum next year after what happened with Crossbell. There'll be more lessons on the orbital net and new types of weaponry for one thing. Don't have to learn about Soul Dash just because you fought some. It's only going to be a lot. Let's see. Okay. Hi, Thomas. There seem to be a few students around who are choosing to spend their final free day in Heimdall and not here. Still, there's no harm in that. The city seems to be completely back to normal. Very odd, isn't it? Normal on the surface, at least. I find it shocking there are so many people willing to dismiss all that happened as a result of collective hallucination. Fragments of the great power are destined to be drawn to one another, forced to collide over and over and over. And every time, the truth of what happened disappears from the memories of all. That's how the system works. Maybe this is part of that system Vita mentioned. All this is just so fascinating, though. The empire that you live in has so many secrets left to reveal. I can hardly suppress my astounding curiosity. I'm more frustrated and sad than anything. A lot of people lost their lives as a result of what happened. The thought that people are just forgetting it all is... Then, that's all the more reason we who do remember it should never forget. As long as you keep remembering, he will always live on. In your hearts, at least. Instructor Thomas? Sorry, I just couldn't resist the urge to try and sound cool. It's the year's final free day. Thought I should try to say at least one teacher-like thing. That's my quota filled. What you said was very comforting to me, so thank you. Anyway, it's the last free day of the academic year for us instructors too, so I just thought I could put it to judicious use. Once I'm done here, maybe I'll go spend some time in town. Here to join me, Reen? I'm just so busy, I don't think I can find the time to spare. Sorry, instructor. I tried, but I was never able to make it into the ranks of the high achievers in our tests this year. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised with the amount of smart people in Class 1 and 7, though. Never say never, though, right? There's always next year. If I study hard now, I can do it. I know I can. Well, there's only so much I can take, so before I collapse from exhaustion or something, I'm going to save. And call it a night for now. It's been like... It's been 3.5 hours of just constant dialogue. Constant dialogue bombardment because I'm talking with everybody for completion reasons. Okay. So, I guess I'll see you whenever next time is. Have a good night. Or at least for me, have a good morning.